Oh, you fancy tonight. And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
I just made some food and that shit was delicious.
We got Dion.
What's happening?
We got D Wolf.
Hey, what's good?
We got Crystal.
Hola.
And returning, we have Material Life.
Buenas noches.
How y'all doing? How was y'all Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Nigga.
Good
Mine
food,
was
lots of laughs.
fantastic.
Yo, so the oven broke. My oven broke down the day before Thanksgiving. So
Fuck.
we had to use the neighbors to cook our food, and we got it all done in time. But how fucking inconvenient that your oven breaks down the day before
I
Thanksgiving.
feel like that was God because there's no way. I feel like God was just like, you know what, y'all, Ray, I don't like what you said that last podcast. So boom,
About the big girls with Hooters.
bro, you said their neck.
Just go.
Yo, yo, ooh.
I'm sorry, that shit was mean.
Uh, Apparently, karma's a BBW, but anyway.
Dion, you ain't shit.
Karma's a bitch.
I know.
Karma's
I
a
know.
bitch. Hey,
Dion,
she
it's
was
too
a BBW.
early. It's
Yep.
Dion, it's too early, okay? We,
Have
we
you
need
met
you to
me? It's
calm
never too
down a
early.
little bit, right?
Have you met me? It's never too early or too late.
All right, let's get started. Now, obviously we done took a week off because of Thanksgiving. I was gonna do it, but then I caught the itis and I was like, fuck it. Um
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of things done happened. So we gonna start with the thing me and D Whoop been talking about for the past month. Kyle Rittenhouse has been found not guilty. And I would just, you know what? I would just get straight to it, to the question. Um, how do y'all feel about it? I want to start with D Wolf.
I feel good only because now I don't have to worry about, or anyone has to worry about what they can do if they end up in that situation. Especially with what's been going on, a lot of people were still afraid to do it even before this case, before this even happened. That the most they did was just yell at people that was breaking their shit. But there are some people that can't take it and that have all the rights to deal with it the way he did. And yeah, so now I don't have to worry about that. I think if shit goes down, if I have to go and protect someone or a place or I feel good. But it's still confusing though. It's still confusing. There's still people like if a lot of people, if you ask, still people think like they think this kid killed black people. So
Yeah,
when it's
I
still
actually had to
outside the
tell my
court, it's
father
weird.
that. I actually had to tell
Yeah,
my father there was no black person shot. He
yeah.
thought one person. I guess I don't know who put that out there, but I had to tell him. Yeah, nobody that got shot was black.
Yeah,
That's when I checked out.
there was only one black guy there, but he hit him and ran. So he ran when he saw the gun. He ran away, so he didn't get shot. He was supposed to be a witness too, but the prosecutor is like, nah, they'll fuck up the narrative, so they didn't bother.
At work, somebody told me they were confused as to why I didn't, like, I guess move around with the regular narrative of like every other black person in regards to Kyle Rittenhouse. And he was like, how is that considered self-defense? And then he brought up the whole, the case where the girl who just shot her sex trafficking man. I didn't know nothing about it until that day. And I was like, see, that's not the same. Like, you can't claim that's self-defense because we don't really know the story between her and Kyle. Like, Kyle, I seen the videos. I seen the attack, the ambush, and everything like that. I'm only looking at an article on this girl, and it's in regard to, she was being human trafficking and stuff like that. But there's nothing in it that says that the guy was attacking her. And, you know, that's why she shot him. And I was like, y'all can't try to put the same self-defense case that Kyle Rittenhouse, like using him as the blueprint for self-defense when things are like should be considered straight up murder. Like there's self-defense and murder is two different. Like you can't just say, okay, yeah,
Well,
that's self-defense because you know he was sleeping and they shot him. That's not self-defense. Like the person sleep, they're not attacking you.
in a in a way that's still self-defense, just for the simple fact of you don't know what that girl was being subjected to. You're talking about a case of, her being, you know I don't like talking about this, the human trafficking shit, just because I know some of like what
Because
goes on with that, and it's just nasty fucking
I
business.
seen one thing said that I guess she left, came back, took the car, shot him, burned down the house, and left again.
Yeah, it's not self-defense, but that's justified. That's what I see.
It's I understand her reason for killing him,
Hmm.
but there's also there you can't claim that self-defense. But it's justified for killing him. She could have either went to the police. There's different methods that could have been done, but it's like y'all now this whole narrative of like putting Kyle Rittenhouse case with like every other like what could be considered as self-defense case, and using Kyle Rittenhouse like, well, y'all let him free with this self-defense narrative, then everybody should be able to use that same narrative.
Nobody should do that. That was completely different. Nobody should be melding the cases like that.
Right.
First of all, every self defense case should be a case by case basics.
Thank you.
So there's no reason, even if something may compare in some way, shape, or form, if it's in a case by case basis, you should judge it by that one because no two things are like kind of like I don't sort of like that. I hope I'm not contradicting myself. But also black people, and I mean this with the most passion. This is not our fight to begin with. All right, like this has, and I'm not saying this
Thank
because
you.
it's just like um to for white people to say, "Oh, y'all don't care about us till shit happens to." It's just really because it just took away from the march. What was it, Jacob Floyd or something like that? The guy that got paralyzed. That was what the march was for. It's just like not Jacob Floyd. What was his name?
Jacob Blake, I think.
Jacob Blake. Thank you. Um, yeah, and even me like spacing out on his name, it shows you like we should have been more focused on him and like making sure he get the justice for him instead of like the shit that happened in Kyle Rittenhouse. Now I've like got into debates with people who was like my opinion, like he shouldn't have been there, and the only thing I thought that he was going to be charged on, they dismissed it. So I was like, I was there with my father and watching that joint live. When I seen like not guilty, I was like, oh, the rest is going to be not guilty. So basically, I'm I was just I don't want to say I popped off, but it was just like it was one of those things where I was right, but I was kind of mad that I was right because I knew that he was going to get off. I've said it. I've said it. D Wolf done said it. I don't know how many other people thought he was going to get off, but black people, this was not our fight. I think it's okay to be mad at it because I think we all know that if he was black, that he'd have been under the jail or like at least criminally charged. And someone tried to bring up
If
an
he was
example
black,
of
there wouldn't have been no trial. They would have shot him on sight because it's a black dude with a rifle.
Well,
yeah, but
people
someone
people say
someone
that
else tried.
'cause- but the Aubrey case was the same type of thing.
Nah, that one he was just jogging, and we gonna get to that one too. He
No,
was
I'm talking
just
about the one um not that one. I'm talking about the one where the police officer came in, like went into somebody's house, which was considered an old trap house, whatever the case may be, ambushed them inside of his house, and then they started shooting and killing one of the girlfriend that was sitting in the house.
Coffee. I think his name is.
Yeah, and he
I
got
just
he got
had his name. I
yeah,
just
he
had
got
his
killed
name.
for self-defense because you don't just run up in people's house. But it's like I just hope that every self-defense case, regardless if it's a white person, a black person, or a Jewish or Asian person, get treated like properly. Like don't like, if one is clearly self-defense, it should be treated as clearly self-defense. Don't, because it's a black person, it's y'all like, they moving stories around, and then it's moving funny, and it's like, okay, that's clearly self-defense. Like you can't justify that's not self-defense.
Yeah,
Problem is,
okay.
we're looking at these things. We're not looking at it the way it's supposed to be looked at, because there's a reason they say it's innocent until proven guilty. So it's on the burden of the prosecutor to prove that this person is guilty of committing a crime. You can't jump to the conclusion that this person is guilty until we prove it.
But to your
And there was
point,
no proof
though,
yet.
to your point, D Wolf, what you just said is pretty much the primary reason I think Ray's been saying this. You know, for black folk, this wasn't our thing. This had nothing to do with us. That's why he's been saying that over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, once I realized, okay, once I saw like exactly what happened, no black people were actually like hurting in the midst of all this, I checked out. All right, let them settle that. He was, again, he was clearly going to walk, and I also agree with Ray on the point of the one thing that I was expecting him to actually get found guilty of, which I guess illegal possession of a firearm, since you're across state lines, right? Was that the one charge you was expecting him to actually get hit with?
Yeah, but
It was a misdemeanor.
No, it turns out he didn't bring the gun across state lines. He got it from his dad's house or one of his friend's house, and he is legally allowed. I don't know if I said this last time, but there's a certain type of gun that someone his age is allowed to carry, and that is one that you're allowed to carry. He's not allowed to carry a handgun.
The barrel of the rifle was in the law, was in the bylaws of it. So that's how he kind of like got off on it.
Because as someone who's fired several kinds of weapons, you can do a lot more damage with a rifle than a handgun. But
true, it was about. I think the law is about concealability, especially with school shootings.
Then they
need to be seen.
That's
and
even more reason why they
can't
need
go
to
against
change. They need to do some alterations when it comes to gun laws.
No, because
is one thing, but again, you can do a lot more harm with a rifle than you can with a pistol.
I understand that, but when it came to him, you can't. It goes down to the Constitution, where you cannot just deprive somebody from the right of carrying a gun, because it could have been in his house. Let's say this went down and they try to invade his house. Both his parents get knocked out or not available. He's allowed to use the gun, this and the other, and to hunt and things of that nature. So you can't, even if he's a certain age, if you're of an age, I think it's like above 10 or something. As long as your parents teach you and you go through the process, you're allowed, because you can't do that, because you're stripping away somebody's ability to save themselves or someone else. So that's the reason. So when it came to what type and how long, that's when it gets that technical and stuff like that, because I understand why, because I actually agree with it, where if you're gonna have like a teenager or younger carrying a gun, we got to see what that shit looks like and what he's got. We got to know he's armed, because these are teens we're dealing with. These are young people, so we can't have them concealing shit. We've seen school shootings. We've seen what happens when there's bullying. We see the accidents that happens in the house and all that shit. So that's one of the reasons.
This wasn't on our original list of topics for today, but everyone's still kind of looking at the aftermath of that one incident. What was it? Yesterday, or the day before, in Wisconsin or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if it was Wisconsin, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it was Michigan.
Wisconsin.
It was Michigan.
It was in Wisconsin.
My bad. Wait, it was Wisconsin?
It was one in Michigan.
The guy who went to he shot up in the school.
Yeah, it took out 4 people.
Yeah, it was Wisconsin.
Oh. Yeah, if there was one in Michigan, I don't recall hearing about that one. But But that one in
It
Wisconsin, that
was
was still
in.
fresh.
Wait, are y'all talking about Oxford?
I
Is that
can't
what y'all
remember the
talking
name of the
about?
town. I know it was somewhere in Wisconsin. I can't remember the name of the fucking town.
But I think the kid took it from his dad. I think, is that what happened?
Yeah, his dad had just bought that gun
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe a couple of days prior, and then I don't know if he stole it or his dad gave it to him, but he ran up in his school, knocked off 4 people, injured a couple others.
Mhm.
That was in Michigan.
That's in Michigan.
Mm.
Yeah, that was in Michigan. Oxford High School. That was Michigan.
Yeah, that's Michigan.
All right.
Man,
I'm sure there was another in Wisconsin too.
Man, I just seen what the guy looked like. The shooter. He looked like somebody I went to AI with. Like
Mhm.
real talk. He do look like somebody I went
That's
to AI. Not
that's
not
scary.
to be funny. Yeah, not to be
Mhm.
funny,
That's fucking
but
scary.
yeah. But this kid's only
Was he
15. So
posting shit beforehand? And the schools like they knew, like a lot of people knew, and the parents
Yeah,
were calling up the school beforehand.
they found internet posts and drawings and some more shit of
Ridiculous.
his before that whole shooting jump off.
basically, they did nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And this man had warnings, so y'all did nothing. Y'all ain't even like send him to the counselor, ask him, you know what? This is America.
I think they should be held accountable. Can't be, you're allowed to ring alarms, but you can't tell people like somebody's. You can't do anything about this. Yo, you kidding me?
It's like, hey, you might want to watch
Call
out, old boy. Been like drawing
911,
pictures
have
and
them
shooting
stake
people.
out, have them investigate the kid's house before morning. What the fuck?
There's
What's going on, yo?
there's
Hey,
warnings, and then
maybe you should talk to
there's
old boy. You know,
yeah, right. There's warnings, and then there's cries for help.
that was both.
Yeah, either or somebody would have been involved and it could have been stopped.
Yeah,
Insane.
Well, I don't know. It shows you where America cares about our kids. Some sort.
Speaking of
Uh,
that, what? I don't go down the rabbit hole, but you just spoke about a case that just ended, and three big ones just popped up, but people only think of the two. And it goes to your point about they don't really care about the kids, because there's the uh Smollett one, and there's another one. Shit, I don't remember, but there's another big one that's happening now.
whatever happened to what was it? There was one. It was one. There was a black kid involved. I think it was in Cali or some shit a couple of months ago.
I think it deals with celebrities. Let me see. But the one that they don't talk about, which started the same day, and there were three cases that started the same day, is the Ghislaine Maxwell one. When it came to Epstein and the kids he was trafficking and shit like that, that should be bigger than everything.
oh, they're trying to keep that under wraps.
Yeah, because he didn't kill him. So insane. Nobody talks about this. I speak about this a lot on my channel. Like the Me Too thing, like that had more traction and built quick, and that's decades old. Like, no, who doesn't know about that shit? And there are kids like that shit was, oh my god, and nobody talks about it. That's a bigger deal. And you try to say something about it, and they want to try to tie you into conspiracy theories. Like, wait, everybody agrees it's going on. What are you talking about? Just because I'm speaking of it, I'm crazy now? You should be the one that's crazy. You ain't talking about it. And these are kids disappearing on a fucking milk carton at a certain time in the news. You're reminded every day. So I'm crazy, But yeah, to your point, Ray. Carry on.
Well,
Sorry.
if the kids don't speak on the narrative they're trying to push, so if it doesn't speak on the narrative, it vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
Like during the time period where it was like all these school shootings was happening, and they were like, pushing the story so heavy, and now there's so much school shootings happening now, and the kids were marching and everything. Like, why aren't y'all marching anymore? There's more school shootings happening now, and like literally, it seems like every month there's about two or three, and it's not even just like white kids. It's now all race and shades are doing it.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's talking about it.
Maybe this is the government's way of natural selection. I'm not being funny when I say this, though, but
Hooray.
I'm not being funny. I swear I'm not being funny when I say it. I
I've
think that's
heard
the
I,
government. I
this
think
is
that's the
all a
government's way of
fucking
natural
IQ
selection.
test. This is all a fucking IQ test. Especially when COVID hit, I was like, yeah, that's an IQ test. Let's see how this goes down. Let's see how people
I
respond.
mean, there's
All of this.
like where to start with that. I mean, shoot, mental health on a fucking universal scale has gone to shit. Bullying, you mentioned a moment ago, someone mentioned a moment ago, is at an all-time fucking high. Like, what are people expecting to happen except for, you know, some form of virus to jump on?
I mean, people are cowardly anyway, so it doesn't matter. They're not going to fix the problem.
Yeah. Any last words before we move on to the Ahmaud Arbery? I guess we could talk about that.
You know, grow a pair of balls, I guess.
By the way,
100%.
because but before we get there, because I know a lot of people kind of compare Cal Rittenhouse to Andrew Coffey the fourth. That's his name, the guy that got off the trap house thing. What they don't tell you is that man still was guilty of having an illegal firearm on him as a he's a convicted felon. So he could still face up to at least 30 years in jail for having, even though he got off on other cases, he still could face up to 30 years because he was guilty on one charge.
Why ain't they fucking
Motherfucking Cal got
Mm.
innocent on all fucking charges. So please miss it with the bullshit about it's like because most people try to spin a narrative on that. I had to look that one up. So
Mm-hmm.
and also if you don't need to be there, don't be there. Especially in a peaceful protest, there's no need for you to carry a fucking gun. All right.
Oh no, that's the point. That was one of the reasons why he got off. It wasn't peaceful. This was happening for months.
Right.
You could say the first 2 days, but after that, shit was burning for months to a point where
And
you could
then
end up being black.
the protesters were to an extent being peaceful. I don't know
That's what
exactly
I'm
what did or
saying.
didn't happen there, but the protesters were being peaceful. It was, everyone who
Antifa
was going at the protesters
is
that were the
Antifa,
problem.
the so-called allies that BLM,
Now, you
they
know what's funny?
interfere. And again, I'll bring up Malcolm X. These people, these white leftists, you could be, whatever you want to be, but understand this group in particular, whatever
Damn.
you are, that's fine. Always fuck shit up for you.
Oh,
And during the case, that's what they're saying. Antifa members this, Antifa members that. They claim
no,
it. They got the tattoos on. You can't say they ain't there. All that shit. And
oh
does this remind
no,
you of that story I told you a few months ago when that dude was caught indoctrinating his classroom with this shit?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. So they're fooling
no.
us into thinking they're our allies and it's fucking us up royally, son. And it's like keeps continue. Sorry.
Oh no, this kind of proves my point where I said Black Lives Matter should really vet their people. Not only vet their people, because I know a lot of people that do it that's not BLM, but they say BLM. You're like, this is why, like, one thing I said, the one thing I've always agreed with gang culture, you can't do stuff under their name, like a Crip and Blood. If you do stuff and you just like you put that on Pyro and all that other stuff, and you're not a blood will come and check you. Like I feel like BLM should be doing that with people. Is because it seems like, and even though it's not their fault, and it's like has nothing to do with them, for some reason their name is always surrounded because you got some random Joe Smo. It's like BLM, and it's just like he's not part of us. You don't need to be saying that shit. It's like you act on your own. Now I know some people they say these are not people that belong to Black Lives Matter, but I feel like it should be like a step up. You really got to check these people and tell them you are not Black Lives Matter, or or at least keep your allies in check and all that. This is why I always say like not everybody needs to speak for you, but um
You've
that's
been
just
saying
me.
that for the longest too.
I've been saying that for the longest because I feel like there's nothing wrong with the black. I personally think there's nothing wrong with the Black Lives Matter other than the bullshit that they've spewed or they put on their website. But everything else that follows around it is just like y'all need to check that because the Black Panthers, you wouldn't have done that shit with the Black Panthers.
Mm,
You wouldn't do that shit with the Nation of Islam. Them niggas will come
mm,
check you.
hell yeah. Fuck.
And that's what I was trying to explain to one of my friends. He's just like, hey yo, it's good to have allies, but you need to check them because sometimes they do shit and it's not part of what you was trying to achieve. You gotta like check them fools, and that's
Yeah,
all I've been trying to say. Is like
yeah.
Black Lives Matter need to be checking these fools.
Especially in this climate where everybody wants to clout chase, everybody wants that 15 minutes of fame. They're gonna use your name to do it. Even if you're doing it for a good cause, they will fucking expropriate the fuck out of your name and turn it into something you don't even recognize anymore. And they do that a lot with many different movements and shit like that.
Big fucking facts. Big fucking facts.
Oof.
All right. Now let's get on to the Ahmaud Arbery case. Well, this was I feel like black people us like we can like take the win for this one. I guess. Obviously, if y'all know the story of Ahmaud Arbery, he was jogging and he was chased by three white men and one of them they shot him. They tried to claim self defense and all that other stuff. Those three white men was found guilty. I don't know when they're going to get their sentence, but they've been found guilty. So how do y'all feel that about Arbery's case was justified? I guess.
Uh, other the jogging part. Other than the account from the mom, how else do we know that?
What do you mean?
Because it was said that he was jogging. I don't know. I don't know that much about the case. I'm saying as much as I know. But
He
Okay,
was
go
so
ahead,
I
Father.
other
know.
than the mom saying that he was jogging, what other account is there that he was jogging?
There
You
was
want to tell him,
footage.
Father, or you
Video.
want me to do
There
it?
was
Yeah, I
like
need
no,
to
there
know
was
this.
legitimate footage of him like jogging.
Okay.
Because and I
Okay.
remember also there was talking about there was like a construction site somewhere in the area
Hmm.
or something of the
That much
sort.
I
I
know.
don't
It
remember
was it was a
fully.
house being built, and it was
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was
built
a
like
house being built.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think he was running through there, like around that area, but he was legitimately jogging. And this was not the first time that he was jogging around
Okay.
that area either. He frequently jogs around that area, then he goes back to what he was doing. It's
All right.
just in that particular case, these white men thought to play judge, jury, and executioner over a person that was literally not bothering them at all.
Okay. Because I'm just gonna speak from what I knew prior to what you guys just informed me in. From the footage I saw when he was running in the neighborhood, well, from the point I saw, he was scoping. He was like he stopped and he was looking around in the at the construction, and then he entered through the garage. And then there's footage of him just like chilling in there, like taking, like looking around inside. And then he comes back out. Then he goes back in the house from a different way, and then he comes back out, and somebody sees him, and that's when somebody yells at him, and then he started running. And then from that point, that's where those two came in and went after him, because in that state, citizens arrest is allowed, blah blah blah. So, and that's when they came in. So my problem with this was, all right, we see this shit out all the time when somebody's that shouldn't be there staking a house out, and so you yell, they disappear. Now, we don't normally just go and look for that person unless we know who this fucker is and he shouldn't be there, something like that. We don't know who he is, what's going on, but we know to look out for him the next time, or say, yo, look out for this motherfucker, or whatever the case may be, or call the police, blah blah blah. We don't go after anyone. So I don't care if there's a law where you could do a citizen's arrest. He did not do anything. Even if he was attempting to rob this, I don't care his his record or anything like that. I don't care about that. He goes up if he goes up in that place and he's just looking around like, okay, he trespassed. Okay, anything happened? Anything missing? No. You just saw him. He ran away. Okay, now we know how he looks. Oh, and as you said that he's frequent there. So now, what's the excuse for going after him? Now you understand. So, yeah, this is a win.
Personally, I'm happy that Aubrey was justified, and the court case was won in his favor. But that's not going to bring him back. Watching the video was very disheartening. It took everything out of me not to cry, and I was watching it when I said, let me see what's really going on, because I've seen different videos, but seeing the one where he actually gets shot and one's recording, okay, the other one is attacking him from the left side, I believe, and then the other one's in the car shooting him down like he's a fucking animal. 3 on 1 person. So either way, it's not fair. One was recording. You're recording this whole thing instead of calling 911 if you really cared about whatever he supposedly was trying to take. I think that's fucking ridiculous. I have a son. My son is very curious. He'll look at new places being built. He'll be like, Mom, look at that beautiful house down the street. He won't go into it. He's not bold enough to go into it. But to know that my son's curiosity can get him killed just because of the color of his fucking skin pisses me the fuck off. Every child is going to be curious. That man was still a young man. He is going to be curious. He's going to want to know what the fuck's going on in his community. But either way, nobody has a right to follow him and shoot him down like he's a fucking animal.
And how did black men do it better? Because I seen a video where a black dude he comes out at the store, sees a dude breaking into his car, pulls out his gun, holds him at gunpoint, tells him to hit the floor. Dude listens, then he calls the cops. How would we do it better?
For me, I'm so glad that they all 3 were charged, because at the end of the day, like, even if you're like thinking about buying houses and you see a house that's being constructed, it's not completely done, and you're walking through it, what gives you the right to feel like you're justifiable to shoot somebody because they're walking through something? It's one thing if they're in your house and you're getting burglarized and everything, somebody's attacking you, but to shoot somebody just because they're walking through, you know how many times I done seen houses that's being built and I walk in there to see exactly what it looks like, for you to have like some thought frame of like, what you would want your place to look like. I would not expect to go looking through a house that's, wood still, thinking that I'm going to get killed just by looking at a house that's still wood.
Thank you. And how the fuck do they know what he was up to? That's the other thing. Yeah, you yelled and he ran. All right. Somebody yelled. It could be anything he's running for. It's not just because you fucking yelled and he got caught for doing something. You don't fucking know. Nobody fucking knows. So if he runs, it could be for anything. You just yelled at him. Something could be going down. He hit, fucking stupid. And you're going to run after him, just murder them.
And it's even more weird that the house is like still in pre-construction technically, but they have cameras inside. Like, how long was y'all planning this? How many times y'all done seen them run through here? That y'all had the I've never seen a place when it's in pre-construction, they got cameras already. Like, so y'all already got a whole like what's that thing called when you go, like when you pay the company for like security system before a house is completely done? Like, what's like, really?
So at this point, there was no point because they have the footage. There's no point going after him at all.
Y'all know they have there's videos of other people walking into that house. It's not illegal to walk in. It's not legal to walk into a house that's not built yet. Because I hear people do it a lot of times.
It's still in that state. It still falls under trespassing, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing to be done, and you got it surveilled. So what's the big deal? And like you said, plenty of people do it, and they know, and they're in a state where that's the law. So What's up? It's ridiculous.
Here's my thing with this. As more of the details of this case came out, I was I was like, oh yeah, they threw. It's the sentencing that I'm curious about at this stage because we've seen cases where okay, the sentencing for what an individual or group of individuals did or whatever ends up being hella light. That's why I'm personally curious.
I mean, with this case, I think this case was pretty straightforward. That's why, like, they were
Yeah,
sentenced
yeah, like
guilty.
I mean, like yeah, as everything came out, the video footage and everything else, yeah, cut and dry, y'all murdered this man. But now, if they're pretty much if they get anything but life in prison, it's to me, it's damn near the equivalent of getting away with murder.
I mean, but they're not getting away with it. But what I'm going to say is that, like, the justice system in America, as rigged as it is, they will use people as examples to send messages. And they do this all the time. They even did it with that one police officer that killed that one dude for blasting his speaker. Not the police officer, but the man that killed the black dude for blasting his speakers in his car. I forgot his name. Because I remember he got sentenced. He was found guilty and he was sentenced. So sometimes, like, they'll sentence the people that are killing black men and black women and use them as like messages and use them as like examples.
Yeah. We'll see.
I think, like Father said, I think this was pretty straightforward, cut and dry. I'm more or less weirded out by the people still trying to defend this, even though it was just like plain and simple. And I seen a lot of people try to like be on the side of the people that murdered him, and that I've always said is it's weird. I can understand when white people do it because they some people is like it's more or less about gun laws for them. It's like protecting their guns to them. I think that's why. But it's weird when black people like do it. I always find that weird, and I understand like sometimes when they do it, it's about having a gun. People thinking like the left is going to take their guns, which I keep saying that's not going to happen. Is like as long as the Second Amendment is up, you're always going to have the right to bear arms and all that other shit. But I see like this one, and I'm gonna go back to the Cal Rittenhouse case. I feel like a lot of these people, it's not less about the people in it. It's more or less about if they're going to do something with their guns. That's what's like if they're just looking at. I don't want to say the bigger picture, but something like if it's going to affect them, how is it going to affect people going to go about gun laws? But I don't know much about Georgia's gun laws, but I just a black man just died, so I know as black people we're looking at that. I feel like there's other people who's looking at it is just like, what about our gun laws? Is this going to change our gun laws? That's how I think most people are looking at it.
If someone gets wrongfully killed and all a motherfucker could think about is gun laws getting changed and how the fuck it's going to affect them, you are part of what's wrong with this fucking country.
Yeah,
Hey
but that's what
man,
a lot of people care about. They care about their guns.
yeah
Care
man.
about God and guns. That's all they care.
Uh, Again, it, as you just stated, per the fucking Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, they literally cannot take away any of your fucking firearms. They can put restrictions on the most they can do is put restrictions on the kinds of firearms you can have and how you use them. They can't just outright not allow people to have firearms.
which is what you're supposed to do in the first place. If you have something that's legal and can harm people, you're supposed to regulate the fuck out of it so situations like this doesn't happen. But hey, America.
And to stop black people from being afraid of them and understand this is the great neutralizer for the white people who care about their guns.
Yeah,
Black
but
people, get your gun
They're
license.
pushing for us to, you understand, because in the oh my god, this is basically the whole crack epidemic all over again. And you know, they dropped the boxes, CIA, blah blah blah. This is why our fathers and stuff. It's the same thing here with the guns. All right, in the states where they're not allowed, most of us have it. Why? Because of what was started back then. The states where it is allowed, it seldom happens. You know, it'll happen or it doesn't happen, but it's not as much, and there's not much crime, and it's not, and we're the ones dying by these things because they have the good ones, the non-criminals, black men and women, afraid to touch them. You understand? But the criminals ain't afraid. It's illegal. They still get it. It's illegal. It's illegal. So you can't get it to save your life because it's our job to keep our people in check. So if we get this great equalizer, we could correct this shit. Don't call in no white man, no white 911. No, what? No, we got this. We got the guns. We don't need you. Go fire your shit somewhere else.
fire.
Again, the same thing they did with the Black Panthers. They're the reason the shit started to go hard, yo, when it came to gun control. It didn't start like this until the Black Panthers came up, and then they started like what kind they could hold and shit. Like, fuck out of here. What you mean? You regulating yourselves with this? Stop playing. And now look where we are. And we're saying yes. That's the worst part of this, yo. We're the ones saying yes. We're the ones voting one way.
Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
The amount of hypocritical shit this country gets away with is hilarious. And people just don't do anything. They just sit there. And then they complain when, you know, the party that they don't want gets into office. And then, you know, they start not even really implementing it, but like they'll have discussion about it. They'll have conjecture about it. You know, they'll, you know, propose things. And then these are the same people that'll get upset and cry. You're like, shut the hell up.
Q the Reach guys in the building. How you doing, Q?
And that's about it. I'm glad they finally got it right this time. But like Dion said, I'm more concerned about the sentencing. And that's about it. I mean, the case is like, it's obvious as fuck.
Yeah.
A blind man can see what the fuck happened. And I feel like I'm not opening ears to anybody who's opposed to what is going on or how the justice system took on this situation. So me personally, if you think they deserved anything other than what they're getting, then screw you. Kiss my ass.
I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead, yeah.
Going back to what D Wolf was saying about the Black Panthers. The biggest thing about the Black Panthers was that these weren't just any regular ass people. These were motherfuckers who knew their shit, knew the laws and everything, and knew how to use that shit against their oppressors. And I don't know what the fuck is going to take, but somehow, some fucking way, we need to get back to that.
Yep.
It's unity. Okay. On to our next topic. Is we gonna be talking about Asian doll?
Oh Lord.
One of father's favorite
Oh
people.
shit! I came in right on fucking.
Oh.
You know, father, since you know this, about this better than I do. Would you mind introducing the topic? I just wanted to say that part.
Oh my god. So my baby girl, Asian dog, God bless her soul. So this woman,
God bless her ignorant soul.
so this young woman advertised her birthday party. And we're like, oh, okay, So
Oh
there's
my
two
God.
things wrong with this particular
Say it,
scenario.
please hurry up and say it. Oh my
Number
God.
one, it's Bollywood themed, and Bollywood is set in India. I'm saying that to get to the second point. The second point is in the video on Twitter, the song that is playing in the background is not Bollywood, it's Arab. Whoever made that video put an Arab song on a Bollywood themed poster for a party in Atlanta, Georgia. And she just over there like, oh, I don't care. I don't care. Y'all not coming to my party though. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, please. No.
Oh my God.
Why?
I'm about to cry laughing because of how
She's
that
so
shit.
young and unaware. It's like, oh my God.
How old is she exactly?
I think she's turning 26, I want to say. Either
Th-
25 or
Oh,
26.
She makes
One of
me
those.
look
oh
bad.
no. You can't even blame youth on that. You're just dumb. I'm sorry.
No, some
No,
people
you
are.
can't,
You gotta
because
No,
be
some people.
something
people
about
younger
some
than
shit.
Asian Dog was telling them.
But
People
some
younger than
people.
Asian Dog was saying, "Hey, that's Arab music. That's not
That
Bollywood
proves my
music."
Some,
point.
but y'all
You
gotta
have something to do with it.
understand.
You're just dumb.
Understand this. It's look. She is like she. Oh my God. She, I don't even know.
What you gonna say, Q? What you gonna say,
I
Q?
don't know. It's like
You
I
can't.
There's
can't
nothing
You
for you to
can't.
stand you no
say.
more, Asian dog. I love
You
you so much.
you can't. You're trying to give her. You're trying to give her a leeway,
I
but you
can't.
can't,
First of
I
all, your age,
can't.
because
your
it's
age
her
what?
party.
The fuck?
And the one and if
I
you want to
love
set a
her
Bollywood
so much,
theme,
though. Ray, I love her so much. Why is she so stupid?
Like, yo, have you seen Asian dog, bruh? Have you
Like,
seen the
she
face of
is
that girl?
beautiful. She
My
is
I
goodness,
think
gorgeous.
man.
She is amazing, but you are so fucking stupid.
she
I think I
she's
think
24.
Asian
She's
doll just
24 years
likes.
old. She's 24 years old, and
Yeah,
she's a
that's.
Sagittarius. And she's a
I think
Sagittarius. For
I
anyone who
think
cares.
Asian doll just likes to hear herself. Like it's not about like being right or wrong. She just wants to, like, some people just want to say stuff just to say stuff, and so people that react to it, because first of all, when she said Indian theme, I don't think she was talking about Bali. I think she really meant like Indian, like Native American, but she got
No, it's
corrected. And
Bollywood. It said it in the poster.
She had on the
Bollywood.
poster.
oh, she did say Bollywood.
Why does
Yeah,
she
Okay.
like
Yeah.
it's a
even have a
Bollywood themed
All
party.
I
poster?
saw was the picture that she had posted. Like, I guess it was on her story or something, because I don't really follow her. So I was like, she probably, meant like, Native Americans and,
She
Asian
need a
dogs. She could be
role
all the way
model,
wrong.
the
man.
more
Yo, B. Even if she meant Native American, you know how wrong she was. It makes it even worse because it's not even in the
right,
same
they
continent.
was gonna
Somebody
put it in
needs
a
It's
to
not,
family
help
line.
her.
it's not even the same continent.
And
Like,
then she's like,
please.
and then when they tried to correct her, then she wasn't she on live talking about fuck Indians or fuck them Indians or something like that. Like she was just telling people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, she was telling people to shut the fuck up and I don't care and all that. And I'm like, Asian dog, no.
No, baby, shut up. Get off the
Shut up.
live.
Shut up. Turn off the phone, please.
Get off the phone,
You sh-
baby. Come watch a movie.
You
I
know
guess
it's
You know
you
you.
what
don't
I
it
think.
can
is?
see you
see.
tackling the poor girl to shut
You should
I
up.
guess
know that she don't know nothing about like the differences in cultural anything. She goes by the name Ancient Dawn, and her ass ain't even Asian. Come on.
I mean, that's beside the point, Dion. You
That's
just
That
just a
is
attacking
rap
her
beside the
name.
now.
point. That's
Now you
just
That's
the
just a
rap
rap
name.
now
name.
you just
I don't
attacking
give a
her.
shit.
Now you
I
Yeah.
just
don't give a
attacking
shit.
her.
I don't give a shit.
That was low, even for you.
Rick Ross' real name is William Roberts, and he got the name of a drug dealer. No one cares.
Like that was short sighted, even for you, Dion.
I
Very
don't give a
short.
fuck.
Ah,
Wow.
Don DeMarco. Don
Nah, nah,
DeMarco.
nah, nah,
Wow.
DeMarco.
You just slid that one right in there, Q. You
I'm
just,
sorry, man. I'm not going to. I'm gonna stop. People are gonna stop attacking my baby, man.
I'm
She ain't
saying.
got it. She ain't got it all. Okay.
I'm not attacking her, but this
She
is
was
just one
wrong
of
as
those.
shit. She was wrong as shit. But Dion, you're not gonna talk about her name like that.
I don't give a fuck. Hey, look,
It's a girl
you
named
do think?
Cuban Doll that don't
Hey,
look
listen.
Cuban at all.
Hey, listen. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. She set
We
herself
know
up.
this. We know
She set
this. That's
herself
why
up.
we're so
End
upset.
of the story.
We are hurt.
And that's
We
that's the end of
dog.
it.
Hey, Dion, what you're not gonna do is beat us while we down. Okay. Me and Father going through something right now. All right. What you're not gonna do is
Y'all,
abuse us.
y'all ain't going through shit. She's the one going through the bullshit she set herself up for.
Nigga,
Like,
we love her.
for what?
What do you mean for what?
What
Have you
the
seen her?
clearly he can't see her from where he's from.
Bruh. You know what? You know what? Just
Yeah,
because you say that, I'm gonna look
I'm,
at some
yeah,
pictures of
she cute or whatever. But I'm sorry, the amount of the
she
level of
cute or whatever.
stupidity nullifies the physical attractiveness in
She
this
cute
case.
or
I'm
whatever.
sorry.
Oh my
Is it
goodness.
We're just
possible? Is it possible that she came up with the Indian theme because her name is Asia Doll?
I
Stop
mean,
it.
sure.
Stop it. Stop it.
We can go with
That makes
that, I
Stop
sense.
guess.
it, D Wolf.
That does make sense.
yes, yes,
That
That does
hurts,
yes.
make
D
sense.
Wolf.
I love
So
it.
that adds to her intelligence. I mean, she's smart enough to know. Okay, how could I get in trouble for this? My name's
Did you
Adds
Asian
to
just
Doll.
say
her
that added to
intelligence
her
or adds to
intelligence?
her lack of intelligence?
All right, so let me explain something real quick. You got to understand, this girl is from the hood. This is a hood chick,
Straight
straight
hood.
hood. And I'm so tired of people pretending like they don't know what hood niggas are like or what people from the hood are like. This is the shit they do. They don't have the foresight of knowing, oh, this is offensive, or oh, you
A
probably shouldn't
person
do this
being
because
from
it's
a
gonna
hood
touch.
can't be an excuse for them just being fucking
It's not,
stupid. I'm
I'm not
sorry.
excusing
No.
it, but people need to stop making it seem like they don't know what goes on in the mindset of someone from the hood. They're not gonna be politically correct.
Instead of attacking her, how about you educate her and start to be a fucking vessel
See, but
for
Q,
her to
you
not
can't
make
say
I,
that
stupid.
either because
Because
everybody
they
was
tried.
educating her ass, and then she
They
still
did.
told
They
them to shut
tried.
I
the
think
fuck
that's
up.
what people trying to do when she threw a fucking temper tantrum, from what I
No, I
understand.
mean,
So
like, I'm not saying that, like, what about,
Ooh,
like,
to the fact.
I'm not
You're gonna
talking
find
about
your
people
city on
commenting.
right.
I'm not talking about people commenting on her page. I'm talking about people in her circle, people within her.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true
saying?
too.
Like, instead of
Yeah,
like you, why is this okay? Like, y'all, you have to educate. That's why I said she needs a role model, somebody like who can like put them under her wing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just educate her and help her understand, what society is doing right now. Because she's just like she is straight hood, like she is gutter, like from the bottoms of the bottom. She from Texas. Like, I don't know too many very educated people from Texas. Not, I mean, not no offense, but like when it comes to like
I
artists
mean,
and people like that, like the only one I've really seen from the last couple years is only fucking Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's it. And even she does stupid shit sometimes. So like,
Bun B is a whole college professor, but
I mean, we ain't talking about Bun B. That's years ago.
I'm just saying, if you want to
And
talk about
it took
educated
years for
celebrities out of Texas,
it took years for him to educate himself and get himself in a position like that. Because for a long time, Bun B was still in the streets doing his thing.
the point is he's there though.
But
Now,
Bun B is almost 50. This girl is 24 years old. Give her
That's not the
10.
fucking point.
Give her 10.
that is not besides the point. That's
What are you
age you're talking
talking
about.
That's the point.
about?
It took him years to get to where he is now. The girl is only 24 years old.
And she's straight hood on top of that.
Nigga, she went from King Von to Jack Boy, man. Get the fuck out of here.
And
and
Hood.
has,
she
bruh.
She's hood.
and she still be doing some goofy shit off of that.
Yes, she do. Yes, you do. But that's just people are different, man. Like, look,
I let that one go. You know what? I said let her grieve. I just said let her grieve.
that's it. She was grieving, and everybody grieved differently, and all that shit. And that's how, you know what I'm saying. She just people around her need to start educating her and putting her in different positions where she can be more aware. She's like, you are what you surround yourself with, and if you don't surround yourself with people who are, mentally, equipped then you won't be shit. I mean, not saying she ain't gonna be shit, but you won't be anything more than what the fuck you surround yourself with. So that's all it is. If people stop, like if the people who are around her and like with her and you know what I'm saying, communicating with her and all that stuff, if they try to help her, then this situation, I feel like the situation to be better. You know, some people don't take criticism well from people that they don't know.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, it takes for somebody that's in your circle to be like, "Hey, that was stupid. Don't do that again," and they'll probably get it. Like sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you need people like that around you to help you with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, it was dumb. Trust me, it was dumb.
It was.
I was the emoji I was the shaking my head emoji the whole time. Like my God, like
Oh,
my God, like
God.
I almost blocked her. I almost blocked her for 24 hours because
Oh
I'm like,
no.
come on, man, this is getting out
Hey,
of hand for real.
you have to understand. For see, you have to understand me and Q's pain. This is like you see the beauty and you see the value of this person. They just do dumb shit,
It's
and you try.
potential. She could
It's
potentially be a superstar, but
oh my
she stunts her
god.
own growth. It's not
Oh my
nobody else
god.
but her.
Literally.
It's like it's nobody else but her. She can rap, she can write, she got a good voice. She got like she has it.
She's
She
bruh,
has it.
she could honestly own her own record label in the future. Like
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
how much
Like
potential I'm talking about.
like she has it.
Mhm.
Like she has it, and it's just like she's stunning her own growth. And when you see somebody, it's not even about looks with me because before she grew into who she is now, she was the skinny ass, big headed girl with the big ass eyes, Asian doll. And even back then, she could rap. It took like she had to grow into this, and it's like she just I oh my god, it's just she's stunning her own growth, and I want the people around her to like help her or at least try to put her in better situations where she don't look stupid.
Her publicist needs to be
Yeah.
fired, first of all. I don't know who the fuck.
First of
Her
all, she
I
publicist, I think,
Mm.
is loving this because any publicity is good publicity.
no, it's not.
I'm not
I
Nah.
we
I
know
agree.
that.
I
No,
agree.
no,
Now
no.
I
We
agree
know
with you,
that.
Crystal. I agree with
But
you, Crystal. And the reason why I agree is because a lot of people that get negative press, a lot of people that get negative attention, they grow
mhm.
massive followings off of that.
That is true. That is
Look
true.
at Kim
I can't lie about. I
Kardashian.
can't lie.
Look at Kanye.
I
Kanye
can't.
was
I
having
Right.
a
can't.
whole mental breakdown, and he got more popular off of that than his shoes.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
true.
like a part of Asian Dog, I feel like a part of Asian Dog claps back and does all that shit because deep down inside, she knows that she is capable of so much and she's trying to defend it and she's doing it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because that shit does
Yeah.
kind of happen too, especially with people from the hood. They've been told all their life that they can't do shit. They've been stuck in
Mhm.
situations that like dehumanizes them, and they got to grow up real fast. So Asian Doll, the type of person she is, she's going to defend herself, even if
Quickly.
it's someone that's insignificant, even if it's someone that isn't doing shit with their life. If they talking shit about her or what she's doing or
Oh,
what
she
she
on your
She's
ass,
gonna
represents,
boy.
defend
she
it.
on your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, she on your
Yeah.
ass, boy. I swear to
So
God, she
so in
boy, she
other
on your ass.
words, so it's a case of her. I don't want to say feeling threatened,
No, it's
but
not. It's not threatened, but it's more so
it's
a defense mechanism. It's an overactive
right.
defense mechanism.
Point is,
She
she's not going to take certain shit
From
properly,
anybody.
and she's going to lash out.
she doesn't like not being in control. That's all it is.
Mhm.
And when people
Yeah.
when people say certain things to her that is obviously wrong, she feels like, all right, who the fuck are y'all to say anything
Mhm.
to me? This is what I want to do. I said what I wanted to say.
You know,
Fuck y'all.
like I said,
Keep it
she's
the
going to
fuck
lash the
moving.
fuck out.
Like that's who she is. That like you have people like that. It takes time to grow, Dion. It does. Everybody doesn't just walk out and just
And
like
then
and they're the
no,
ultimate superstar.
no. I'm with you, nigga, because I'm like that. The fuck.
But Dion, you like 30. It's different. You're stuck in your ways, my nigga. She still got time. She just starting to drink. She just
But the
started to be
funny,
able she
it's
just
funny you
turned
said
the
it
age to
because
be able to
I've
rent a
been the
car.
nigga that I am since the age of like 23.
Dog,
Like,
she is finally at an age where she could rent a car legally. Like she young as shit for real. in the mind and like age and in the mind. Like you got to understand, it's different. Like oh my god, damn, Asian doll,
I'm
please.
saying, damn.
But the thing is, even if she's 23, she's 30, she's not going to change. Like she's set. She's not going to
She's
like
not
if you
set.
don't
See,
want to
that's
take
the other
if
thing I
you're
was
not
gonna say
listening
too.
to
She
other
seems like
people.
she's hella stubborn. Did,
Hold on,
didn't
hold on,
someone say she
hold
was
on,
a
hold on, Dion.
Sagittarius?
Hold on, Dion. Hold on, Dion.
Hold on, Dion. Let her finish. Let her finish.
Yeah, like she even when people try to like explain to her in a nice way or whatever the case may be, when you're a person that's set in your ways and she's from the hood, you can't tell them nothing because at the end of the day she survived the hood, and she definitely can survive being a famous person. So you're not going to tell her what she can and can't say. You're not going to try to shelter her, and even if she's not big and she's acting like this, imagine when she becomes bigger, it's gonna be worse.
I want to address that real quick by saying that I agree with you, but the only thing that I want to add on is that this is another thing is she's been through a lot. Like legitimately, she's been through a lot of shit. So that also like adds on to like how she reacts with different things because when you've someone that's been through a lot and then you grew up in that type of environment, like it can create certain types of character of like characteristics in you that yeah you are gonna appear very stubborn, you are gonna appear very big-headed, but it's a result of experience, it's a result of environment, and it's also a result of the people around her that enable that type of behavior. It takes a
And,
it takes a village. This is what I keep saying.
and she seems the type of person that attacks when her back is against the wall. Like it's like she attacks everybody, and she has no filter for who the fuck said what or how the fuck they going to feel about it. And sometimes it bites her in the ass. But damn Asian dog, please.
No, but at the end of the day, it's either you're gonna like her or you're not gonna like her.
That's it.
And if she starts filtering, who she is now,
Be afraid.
she gonna burn out like all the other major celebrities who pretend to be, who try to be less controversial, who don't say what they really feel, and then they scream in Hollywood, got them locked up. They can't be themselves. They can't walk out the door. They can't speak. They can't do that. She gonna say what she feels and how she feels. And if you like her, you're gonna like her. If you don't like her, you're not gonna like her. And the people that's gonna eventually like her personality and like the fact that she's, wild and just say whatever comes out of her, like whatever she thinks, she's gonna eventually grow that fan base of, the I don't care group of individuals. Just like, certain people, like once you've been that same type of person, you can't cancel them for being, their self.
Mm.
This
Yeah.
I will say this because I know a couple people will do that, and to me, I describe it as swinging at everybody that you think is your enemy. So it's just like you have to. It's ways that even if you're trying the nicest way, you're trying to address the person. That's not like what some of her fans have said. Yo, that's not Bollywood. That's Arab. This Arab music. You know, sometimes you got to let the person know, hey, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to diss you. I'm not trying to hate on you. I'm not trying to clown you. But you gotta, if you're gonna do something like a Bollywood thing, you at least gotta get everything right. So if someone's gonna tell you that that's not right, I'm not saying this to clown you. I'm saying this so I can help you get better. Pick your music better. You
But
gotta
Hell,
be,
hell, send her
especially
some
when you.
but
pictures.
we're
Hey,
only hearing the last bit. So she probably did have 5, 10 people tell her, the correctness. But after 3,000 people,
Yeah,
she
you
probably
get
was done
tired.
with it. She was going off at that point. She was like, okay, I already had my people tell me. I know, I know, I know. I'm
you can
correcting it.
only take
Okay.
hearing the same thing, but for so long.
After that, she was
Mhm.
like, you know what? Kiss my butt. Let me go.
That's
Let me
why.
do whatever. I don't care. Like you see, like Asian, like with Megan. Megan, when she first came in the game, everyone loved her because she was, she was just now it's like she can't. She's like, you know, she tried to be like that girl, you know, that with everything, with all the agendas, and look, now she's burning out and people barely like her because she don't, like, they don't know who the real her no more is anymore. So it's like Asians just gonna have to be Asian, and people
Asians,
gonna eventually
Stick
like
to
her
it.
even more and
So it's just a
more
case of
as
stick
time
to what made you
progressed.
famous.
what's young?
I was saying it just seems like now that it's just a case of like stick to what made you famous. You
I don't
know,
know.
and
Mhm.
Because Asians all remind me a lot like Mary J. Blige. Like Mary J. Blige didn't get enough deals from her attitude. Like if she wasn't listening, she's gonna feel. So basically, if you don't listen, you're gonna feel eventually. And hopefully, she gets it way before Mary J. Blige's age. Like nobody really wanted to fuck around with Mary J. Blige when it comes to contracts or money. She was losing money until she changed her attitude. You know what I mean? So at
I
the
didn't
end of the
even know
day,
that.
God bless her, but
yeah, but
I hope she
this was
learns
early in Mary J.
before
Blige's
she
career
gets
though.
older.
What
Huh?
Chris is talking about, I know what she means. This was early. This was early
Cause
stages, right?
well,
Yeah,
I didn't
we're
know. I
early in
only knew
Asian
Mary
Doll's
J.
career.
Blige when she already popped off, so I didn't know like she was having like Mary J. just seemed
I
like
mean,
she was
like she
unproblematic
was
when I met her.
like yeah, like she had her following pretty much set. So like she was famous, but you
Hmm.
know
Behind closed
she
doors, the
wasn't.
attitude though stopped her from getting a lot of shit.
She was also black, so that probably was stopping her from getting a lot of stuff too. So
Nah,
back
her
then,
can her
No,
not
no, no.
being able to read. That's kind of like what got her fucked over a lot. She couldn't read.
Hmm.
yeah, but let's be honest, black people back then, even though they was like, you know, big musicians and stuff like that, they wasn't that deep into the white market.
Uh,
So
that you right, but at the same time,
they
R and
was
B
good
was.
in our market, so we didn't know Mary J. Blige had like, you know, her little attitude or all
I
that
mean,
other stuff because
I
it's
think
just common in the black community. Everybody got an attitude.
Uh,
I think
you're
what
right,
you just
but at
said
the
that
same
could be
time,
what
during that
saved
time,
Mary.
R and B was popping. R and B was sort of like pop. It's like what the MJBs, the Beyonces, the Destiny Child, the 702s. When it was like TLC went diamond. It's like there was people that they when they some people when they sell. It's just I feel like with someone like MJB who couldn't read, obviously they could fuck them over, and like you said, especially like groups like TLC, Tony Braxton, a lot of them got fucked over in contracts. It's
They
like
sure
you
Yes,
make
did.
they did.
like what TLC, they sell 10 million records and they barely had money, and people's wondering like how the fuck do you have how you sell 10 million records and still be broke, and Left Eye had to fucking break it down to people about their contracts and shit.
Hmm.
So that's another step right there. But like you said, she's early in her career, so it's better. Like I'm pretty sure she will evolve, but you're seeing people in their growing pains, I guess. I think that's the best way to put it. Any last words before we move on to the next topic?
If a water gets me, who gonna hold my shoulder? If I was in love, would usually stay down until it's over. Nigga love the moment, different person when it's over. Pussy so good, know we miss it, but it's over. Man, I love Asian doll, man. Shit.
Damn. Okay, you've
Hey, I
made that
listen,
apparent.
nigga.
You've made that apparent. Okay, okay.
Sipping on
Is
mimosas
that
while
an
you moving
Asian
up the
doll
culture.
song or something?
Yeah, it's called Crunch
Yeah.
Game. That's my favorite song from her.
All right. In other news, it sounds about white. Uh, have y'all ever had someone like fucking get mad at y'all because y'all didn't leave a tip?
Yeah, I have.
Not
Where
to
was
not
you
to
me.
at?
my face.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
probably.
well, not me, but if you pay attention to this video, this white woman
This food
was
delivery driver is furious
hold on.
over the tip
Y'all
she
can hear it, right?
got.
I need to speak to you. I don't think you realize where they're coming from, so I need to speak to you.
Where what's coming from?
The driver who delivers for DoorDash was captured on the homeowner's Ring camera.
I drove 40 minutes, and it was extremely far, and I got it to you early. So I don't think you realize where you work from.
That's a 15, 20-minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes.
Well, we decided to check for ourselves. The restaurant was in Comac, New York. The house was in Smithtown. According to Google Maps, that's a 5.5-mile drive and should take only 12 minutes.
I think you need to adjust your tip to make it right.
So,
Stop.
what was the tip?
Stop.
You need an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for?
I've heard enough. I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
right. She
shit.
took the
No.
food
Here you go.
back.
She takes
So,
the food
who was
back.
in the right? We went to etiquette expert Thomas
Wait.
Farley, a.k.a.
What?
Mr. Matt.
Sounds about
I
right.
got an
What?
$8 tip for a 12-minute drive. So where'd the 40 minutes come from?
You have to go really far to get this video.
Wait.
You have to go really
Do
far to
we-
get this. Is so old, but you have to go very far to get this video.
Do we
I
actually have
just
to
seen
discuss
it
this?
popping today, so I just thought that'd be interesting.
Oh, it
I'm not even
just came
going to
back up.
pretend I want to talk about this.
Want me to?
Oh
I
shit!
have
It was
no- I
11
have
months
no
ago.
Oh my
I seen
God.
a couple people talk about it, so I was just like, "Yo,
personally,
And she was serious. She took it back.
personally, I've done DoorDash and I've not gotten tipped. I've ordered from DoorDash and I haven't given a tip. So get over it. Like if you do enough goddamn jobs and shit, you'll get paid. Like what Ray say sounds about white.
Bruh, she wanted more than $8, I guess.
Time out.
I
Hey,
think
hey,
it's
let's
more than the money.
let's
I
let's
think she was
all
going
let's
through
all
something that day. Everybody got their penalty.
Okay.
That straight up lives of TikTok right
Okay.
step back
Can I
and
say
think
something?
about this shit.
As someone who uses DoorDash a lot, $8 tip is
That's a lot of money.
generous as fuck.
That's
Mhm.
a lot of
most
money.
people don't get half of that."
Especially for an order, it that was 12 minutes from point A to point B. They said,
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to New York.
"Oh no, you got over, baby. An $8 tip, you got over, baby. Shut up and keep it moving." What?
And sometimes they'll still hand you the
Wait,
cash.
was it in New York?
Yes.
Yeah, it
This is
happened in New
upstate
York.
somewhere. It sounds like.
Yeah, it was
I
upstate.
understand her reasoning for saying it took 40 minutes because New York traffic is a little rough.
No, that's upstate. That's upstate.
Oh,
They
okay.
upstate. They're not in the city.
Never mind then. But the $8, I don't understand how you complain about $8. Just get lucky you got $1.
I'm about to say
Again,
it's people who won't even tip your ass.
$8 is generous as fuck,
I'm
especially
mad.
for
I'm mad
something
she
that
took the food
that
back.
took
I'm
less than
probably
fucking 15 minutes to fucking do. That's generous as hell.
I was chasing her down. I paid for that.
It ain't-
First
it
of all,
ain't-
grabbing that
$8
shit.
is more than it costs
D-Wo,
to
we on the same
delivery.
page.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
was like, you kidding, son? Plus, you
I
got the
paid
tip
for
and you
that
leaving?
food.
You got the tip and the get the fuck, yo, and my food.
I
you
think it's
dead.
more to the
Oh.
story. I think it's more to the story
I think-
because if she's looking at an $8 tip as nothing, what job did she have before? That's my thing.
No,
I don't think it mattered. I paid for my food. I want my
I
food.
don't care.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no.
Can't mess
I
with my
just gave you an
stomach, yo.
$8 tip on top of what? The $20, maybe $30 I paid for the food. The only other tip you getting after that is the tip of this dick.
Oh, here you go. Here we
Say
go.
Wow.
There it is.
What just
Oh
happened?
my God.
What just happened?
Oh my God.
Can't say that.
I don't give a fuck.
What the fuck did I just miss?
Nah, you need to start giving a fuck. Damn.
Dion, say it again, Dion. Say it again, Dion.
Like I said, you just
Y'all
got
gonna make them have to
$8 tip
tip for
on
this.
top of the $20, $30 I spent on the actual food. The only tip you're getting at that point is the tip of this dick.
Yeah, you got you.
Outside of that, leave me alone.
You know what?
Hey, you know what, Dion?
Dion?
You know what, Dion? You are the customer that will get his food with a biscuit missing because of bullshit like that. Bullshit like that.
Yo.
Your drink, I'm gonna give you a drink with a straw already in it. I'm taking a piece of your chicken. I'm taking a piece of your biscuit. All time, because it's niggas like you. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. It's motherfuckers like you.
I mean, what? I gave you your tip. Like, what are you mad about? I gave you a
But
generous ass tip
but
that time.
Crystal made a good point though, because you got to look at the surrounding of the house she went to go deliver it at. It was looking like they had a little bit of money because they had a little nice front yard. So you get there and you realize, dang, they only gave me $8. So she was
I bet.
expecting, the house price on that tip.
Am I supposed to pay you
The tips
for the same amount as the food?
like whatever percentage of like that cost of the actual food you want to give them. Whether you want to give them like a 5% tip, a 10% tip, or whatever.
But when you at a house that looked like it's worth by 1.5 million, and the person that might be living in there is only giving $8, you might feel some type of way.
In the words, in the words of Clay Davis, she.
Shit.
All right, so
I come from the school of Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. All right, that is
I'm cheap as shit,
$30
boy.
worth of DoorDash. Don't like I go get my food.
go get my food.
I'm
nigga.
going to get my food.
First of all, I'm
I
already overpaying for the motherfucking food, and I gave you a $10 tip.
She sat there and ate that food in the car. I know she ate.
Can you imagine how she was eating it too?
I will say,
angry as a motherfucker.
Oh man,
And
she was.
still
Oh,
got
she
that
was.
$8 tip.
She
I
was
will.
slamming that chicken tender into that barbecue sauce like it was no fucking tomorrow, motherfucker.
You know she wouldn't have done this with black folks.
That's what I was about to say. Hey, that was about to be my point. If it was a black person that would have knocked on that motherfucking door about a tip, he would have got tipped off and went to jail.
And I've delivered to those neighborhoods, and they've tipped me well. Like they will give me a tip after. Like I remember a few times I got like $20 on the app itself, and then they had me like an extra 10 or extra 20. Son, this happens all the time. Like I was delivering in LA, and it happens a lot. So I can see that now that she said that.
Hold on, time out.
When she rolled up there, she was like, "Oh, come on." She probably had a few houses in that same neighborhood that gave her more.
In the
Yeah.
words,
That's
what we know.
Yep.
from the words of the late great Willie Jones, you win some, you lose some, but you live to drive another day.
Yeah, you ain't taking my food, son. That's
Right.
it. I don't care.
I ain't gonna take that man's food.
You gonna get a Finn Balor drop kick. All right.
Shotgun drop.
After you grab your food, of course.
Yeah.
After
You gonna catch a shotgun drop kick, right?
Do y'all realize how stupid she is? Like, you drove all the way from wherever you came to get.
I'm sure she lost her job with DoorDash or whatever after that.
Yeah, she got fired.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But my thing is this entire thing, right? But it just goes to show you how little like people are being paid, and also how little like people who do DoorDash or Uber Eats also are being paid. Because I remember a while ago, the Uber drivers actually had a strike. They had a strike and said, "Yeah, yo, like we're not being paid well at all." And then on top of that, like most of the deliveries you're making towards people that probably don't have the luxury of cooking their own food. So if they don't have that, then you know that they're not really going to give you like a large tip in certain areas that you drive an Uber and stuff like that. So it's just people just being underpaid. I don't think people just don't want to tip. But you know what? At the same time, tipping in itself is stupid as hell anyway, and I don't know why we still have it.
I feel like being polite goes a long way. Who knows? You
He
probably
said,
got
"What
another
else
job.
are you looking for?"
Like, I'm just like, you could have got. Hey, look, that's $8. Now you ain't getting nothing.
$8.
$8.
$8.
I'm just like, you go from 8 to nothing, all because you were upset. Like, it's called being appreciative. Like what if you would have went and got nothing? Oh God, I'm afraid for when she got nothing.
You know what it is, and I know we talk about mental health all the time on this panel, but to be honest, like really think about who would take the whole meal, right, and walk away, and then come back to talk about an $8 tip. Somebody who needs money.
Yeah,
Who reacts like that? Nobody out of their fucking mind is going to jeopardize the only job probably that they have to do that.
I agree.
So I don't know. She was
I would
going
have.
through. She was
And
going
this
through
was
something.
during the pandemic. Sis needed that
Right.
job.
I feel like, all right, I understand that, but you ain't have to take the man food. You could have spoke your piece, got your $8 tip, dropped the food, kept it
Yeah,
moving.
now he's hungry.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
she
So
And
now,
That's
angry.
at that
she
point. It
was
was painful.
hungry. She was hungry. So when she saw that she had a good meal, she was like, you know, he only gave me $8. Let me go ahead and
wow,
finesse this out of him.
Don't
So she
wow.
took it
justify.
back.
She
No,
gonna eat a
no, we're not
boot.
going to justify this. We're not going to
She gonna eat
justify
a boot. That's what she gonna quench
this.
some thirst with this
Ray,
boot.
you just
I,
hungry.
while I
Yes,
understand where you're coming
I'm a
from,
certified fat
we're
nigga.
not going
You
to
don't.
justify this here with someone's food.
That's
We're not going to
wow.
justify that.
You
We're
don't take
both
food from
hungry.
Ray. I didn't see Ray wake up out of his sleep for food.
Wow.
Yo, I don't chase people down at AI. There's some people I done scared because it's like I done hawked them down and I jumped over and my big ass jumped over a couch and they said, "Oh shit!"
Give my goddamn food. Give my goddamn food.
I
By the
don't.
way, I have personally witnessed this, so he's not capping.
Oh no, he ain't capping. Oh, he not
I
capping
say
at all.
for context, Ray, if I remember correctly, you about two something.
Yeah,
So imagine a 200+ pound man hunting your ass down because you got some food that belonged to him. You don't want that smoke.
I
Ray
love
was
it.
Keith Lee before Keith Lee.
One dude, hey yo, one dude say you can't be. One person say, "Hey man, your big ass can't be chasing me down like that." And nigga,
Ray turns into Bobby Boucher when it comes to a meal.
okay,
I was
I
gonna
can
say,
understand. Look, I understand mental health awareness. Yo, I can understand tips is hard to get, jobs is out there paying all that other stuff. But I pay for my food. I
Ray,
don't. And this is just. And this. I could be fat. I could be fat, skinny, obese, anorexic, and I don't play with people's food. I done been in
and then
too
on
many
top of that,
restaurants.
here's something else to think about. So if I'm in that situation, more than likely I done got something for myself, along with food for my wife and kids. So at that point, you not only taking food out of my motherfucking mouth, you taking food from a motherfucking family. At that point,
Yeah.
I'm contemplating killing your ass.
Oh, of course you would.
Man, come
Shit,
on, Dion, stop.
I have you met me? Goddamn it!
It's not even, bro. I'm gonna
It
quote
is
one of my
not
favorites.
that
I'm gonna
serious.
quote Martin real quick. You are a grown damn man.
A grown damn man.
You know what I mean? You gonna
That's
kill
I
crazy.
somebody,
I just
and now
don't.
yo,
I believe in the whole thing. It's just I just don't believe in don't mess with people's food. I
don't
done
mess
worked. I worked
with
at a
my
piece. I worked at
food.
a piece of. I worked at a piece of Bowley's when I was in the Navy. I was at a Keith's mess where it's like they have food. They have like wings. I have watched them throw perfectly good wings in the trash,
Oh my
and
god.
Wow.
this shit make me cry every fucking time. It's just like
Ray, stop it.
this.
Stop it, Ray.
It's like, yo, it's like, somebody hungry could be using this, and yet we're throwing this away. It's just like, why are we just so fucking wasteful of food? I don't understand it. But and I seen spots where I know spots where people like spitting your food and all that shit. I don't play that shit when it comes to food. So it's just that right there. When he took your food, that'd have been it for me.
Yeah.
Ray would have came running out the door.
Yeah. I'd
Like, where you
attack.
going? You're not going
I'd
anywhere.
attack me. Father, you know what I always say? One of my bucket lists is to tackle a fat white woman for no reason. That'd have been it.
Whoa, whoa!
All right,
No,
we're gonna
yo,
make sure you edit that part of this fucking podcast.
no. Listen,
I've been saying this
Ray,
for years.
Ray has been saying this
No,
ever
we're not
since
editing
I
that
have
out.
met this man.
Do not edit that out. That is hilarious.
He's like,
I've been
one of
saying
these
that for years.
days, I'm a fucking tackle a fat white woman. I'm a
Don't
fucking,
edit that
and
out.
he's gonna pop off like fucking
Don't
Goldberg after he does this.
don't edit no part of that out.
Please, Lord, please let me be there when you tackle a fat white.
I was.
Oh my
I'll
God!
find you a
He
fat white
killed
woman to
her.
tackle. The fuck?
He killed her. Goldberg.
I'll find a fat white woman for you to tackle. Like,
Just
I'll
spear.
help you on these questions.
Nah. Hey,
All
nah,
you, all you
father.
going, all you going to hear
Nah,
is Paul
father. I
here.
got one
Gore,
better.
gore,
I'm about to
gore.
say. I was just about to say that. I'm about to say, father. I got a better one. Gore.
Oh my God!
He killed her.
About to have.
My God, he just cut her in.
This is a slobber knocker.
He should be arrested.
Holy shit.
All of
And he
y'all
left,
need to be on a timeout. I swear.
Hey,
No.
this, hey,
any last words before we move on to our final topic?
shout out to the fat white women. If Ray sees you, that's your ass.
And if y'all wondering, yes, my sister knows this too. They tell me what the fuck is wrong with you.
I will help you find a fat
It's
white
gonna
woman
be
to
a
tackle.
gleam in my eye.
Oh my God. Hey,
I'll help you
hey,
find
put it this
it.
way. If they don't tip you the right way, just don't do any more deliveries there. That's it. That's it. It's just that fucking simple. Take your tip, walk away, cuss their ass out on the way back to your car, keep it the fuck moving. That's it. Don't take the people's food, please.
But you know what? At the same time, if you take the food, you better be prepared for the smoke that comes with that shit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
I hope
food,
you got.
man.
If you plan on taking the food, make sure your car's still running. How about that?
But you better, bro. Your getaway plan better be on 100. You better not complain if they catch your ass too and beat the
And make
brakes
sure
off you.
you're not allergic to the food you just stole, because then it'd be for nothing.
You just eat shit just because. You know, you in the
Yeah,
fucking hospital.
don't steal whites only pies or burn your tongue. You seen what
Shut the
happened.
fuck up, Ray. It burned my tongue.
I burnt my tongue.
It burned my damn tongue.
My tongue hurt.
Whites only pie.
Okay.
Hey Ray. Hey, shout out to our first video, Ray, just because you brought that up.
Yeah. The ignorance is real.
Hey, the ignorance is real. Please, everybody go watch that, because that, hey, oh my God.
Man. All right. Final topic. I wanted to talk about Dre Hughes. I think. Do y'all know about that?
No.
That's the
No.
video. It's the video where the dude he was singing, and all of a sudden his baby mama
Oh,
just slaps
yeah.
the shit out of him.
Oh my God, that shit
I've
was
been
so funny.
seeing that for the past few
That was
weeks. Oh
fucked
my,
up.
no, that
That
is
shit
not
was so
funny.
fucking
Holy
funny.
shit! I don't think I've
No,
seen that. Hold on.
no.
I'm
I don't think you want to see it because it's
Hey,
really
That's
I'm not
not
gonna
fucked up.
lie.
funny.
The guy looked
I'm
like
And
not
he
there's
gonna
wanted to
lie.
several
cry.
videos
Hey,
of this big
hold up, time out,
ugly
y'all.
bitch. Like
Time out, y'all.
he trying to
Time
record
out,
his
y'all.
videos, and he's trying to, and she just
Keon,
Time out,
runs
y'all.
off on him out of
It's not
nowhere.
even. Hey, time out, y'all. It's not even the slap. Okay, it's the face he made in the camera after she slapped him.
yes,
Like
yes.
that was. I don't mean. I know it's fucked up. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna get some humor out of this one. That shit
my
was
God.
so fucking funny. Like I want. The question is, what the fuck did you do?
Well, from the story, it just looks like he supposedly knocked her up, but she already said she cheated, so he don't even know if the child's his. And they just fight a lot. That's the thing. And
Hey,
it looks like she's always.
There's another part of the video when she's like choking him out and all that shit.
Yeah, she was choking. Oh my God. And he was singing while this shit was going on.
This shit
That
is
video.
not
I wasn't ready for
funny.
the slap. I didn't
Me
expect the
either.
slap, so I was watching. I'm
I
looking at
haven't
my
even the
screen
one of
normal, and then all of a sudden somebody gets slapped. I dropped the screen. I was like, wait, I wasn't ready for this. Like, you're
But
supposed to warn people a slap
the
coming.
one
do
of
you know how many times I
this bitch
watched?
choking dude. I haven't even seen.
Do you know how many times I've watched that shit?
How many times?
Like 17.
You
Damn.
going to
Oh,
hell. You going to hell.
That shit was so fucking. I'm sorry. It is
yeah.
wrong as shit, and these are the
Hey,
reasons
you sound
why.
like me when I seen the bus driver uppercut for the first time. I don't
Yeah,
rewind that bitch so
exactly.
many times.
Exactly.
I
It
laughed
was
my
like,
ass off at that.
dog. I could not. It wasn't. It was not this. I watched every detail of that video.
You know what?
to the core. The way she was laying on that bed, just looking at him before she slaps him, it was like, damn, what the fuck? And she just like, she got up fast as shit to slap the fuck out of him.
And it doesn't help. It said help this man as written on top of the whole video.
Hey,
Like send help. That's what it
but
said.
no funny shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Please ask me where I first seen this video at.
Where did you first see this video at?
On Lil Boosie page. Shout out to Lil Boosie, man.
My
Shout out to
God.
Boosie, man.
God.
So
Boosie always
Boosie
give me
out
a
here,
leg.
he out here advertising male getting domestically abused now.
Nah, he ain't advertise. He was like, somebody help him, but it was it was like, Lil Boosie, what the fuck? Like, when you see Lil Boosie post some shit, you like, hold on, all right, what the fuck you done did this time? And then you see
The
it, and you
level
like,
of weak males that is being birthed is what's going on right now.
that's it.
These
That's it.
dudes
That's
is
all.
getting socked and beat up by females and
Let
can't
me tell
even
y'all
call
something.
police.
Crystal, material. Look, I love women, but I swear to God, y'all,
Oh, Christ himself.
hey, Ray and Father. Hold up. Matter of fact, Ray and Father. Do y'all still remember that day when I beat Yuki up with that fucking sock and bop for
Yes,
like
I
3
remember
hours?
that
Yes.
day. Yes.
Because she hit me. I told her not to hit me. She hit me, and she got an ass whooping of her lifetime with a sock and bopper.
I mean, at least it wasn't bare hands.
Hey, it was only had one sock and bopper.
My thing is, see, the thing that made me upset
But
is
you
if you
but
hit
you
somebody.
only hit her with the sock and bopper.
No,
Yeah, but
my thing is, if you hit somebody with a sock and bopper, that's war, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm not just gonna take that.
She got boot bopped and she got boot bopped and boot bam for about 45 minutes.
And she had glasses on, so he was knocking them glasses off her face.
Yeah, on every occasion, it was a jab right to the face. Bow.
Like she had to fix her glasses every time he jabbed.
And then she got mad and took her glasses off and thought she was going to charge me. Oh, okay, uppercut, bow, back up.
By the way,
how many times did you knock her to the ground? Because
with one
I'm just
hand.
imagining you
With one hand.
and her just flying all over the place.
How many warnings did you give her before you socked her?
Ray,
it was
how many times did Ray? How many times did I warn her?
At least 3.
It was several times. Like,
Hey,
It was at least 3.
I told her, I said, hey, I'm telling you, I got hands. I will fuck you up in here with these soccer boppers, please.
bro, and not only that, Q watches wrestling. Q watches football. He's part of a generation where we roughhouse. We used to fucking pretend do wrestling moves on our little cousins and brothers and shit.
I am creative as fuck. Like, y'all don't understand. My creative mind to fuck somebody up is
I know when
beyond.
she got that first hit, her mind was blown. She was like, wait, time out. I wasn't expecting that.
No, that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. I hit her and she thought it was a game. Like, I hit her and I thought it was over.
Of course she thought you were playing with
I hit her one time. I hit her one time and I was like, all right, okay. I don't want to do this. And do you know what Ray and Father did? They are the ultimate instigators in the world. I love them to death. Let me just go ahead and state the fact. I love them so much because they were already prepared for what the fuck was going to happen. You know what Ray and Father did? They instructed everybody else to move the tables and chairs out the fucking way because they knew what the fuck was about to go down.
Yes.
At that point, she felt like, oh, they trying me now. Now she had to defend herself.
I was attacked. I'm the victim.
If she was smart, she would have left the room.
That's it. That's all.
No,
that's it. That's all.
You see, if the chairs never moved, she was already done. Because after she got hit, she was like, yeah, I don't know if I want this. But then when the chair moved, it's like automatic. Like your brain say, they're not going to play me. And then her brain said, y'all not going to play her. And so she was just like, no, I got to get them back. Because now they're not playing with me.
The one punch she landed was the punch that I told her when I warned her. I said, hey, you got one. You ain't gonna touch me again. I promise you that.
When you say punch, like she punched you in the face?
No, it was a sock and bopper. Like I
She
had
had
a
a
sock.
sock and bopper too.
She had a sock and bopper too. So it was like, hey, you might want to slow your roll. I am very efficient in this area. I will I told her I will beat you up for 20 minutes straight and you will hate me for a week. And damn if I didn't beat her up for about 20 minutes straight. She was all sweaty and irritated and mad and upset. And Ray had to buy her McDonald's, calm her down and stuff like.
I wouldn't have bought a shit. I'm sorry.
Nah, like that is not an
Nah,
exaggeration. Ray actually fucking bought her McDonald's.
I wouldn't have bought a shit.
Nah,
If you were told not to fuck
no,
with somebody,
clearly
you got the consequences of fucking with that individual. I wouldn't have bought a shit.
Dion, if you was there,
no.
if you was there, Dion, you would have bought her McDonald's too.
She not
If
right in the
I
head.
was there, I'd have laughed at her ass, nigga. What?
What year was this?
They did. They all laughed at her, and he bought her McDonald's after we laughed at her.
I'm not buying that shit after that.
I didn't just
at
her.
Hit you. She hit you. She suffered said consequences. I wouldn't have bought her shit.
She ain't
Dion
right.
is a
was it?
different person.
2016. 2016.
So that was still the era where people still figuring out if men could hit females back. So, she wasn't expecting that. About 2017,
okay,
2018,
she had
everybody
a
was
little
saying if a
rousing game of
female hit a
fuck around
male,
and
they're going to
find
hit you
out.
back.
As far as I'm concerned, she played a rousing game of fuck around and find out.
In the words of Adrian Bronner, anybody can get it. African, Mexican,
oh my God,
Dominican, anybody can get it.
Dion,
all right,
I just want to let you know.
In the black family, you was trained if you hit a man, he gonna hit you back.
Hey,
in the white family, they was trained. A man ain't gonna hit you back.
But see, the thing is, it's like the thing is like I love y'all. I love women. It hurt me to the soul that I had to really like make an example out of her. Like
all
it
right,
was like
she made an example out of herself.
Did she like you, Q?
I hope not. Because after
no, I mean like usually when girls bother guys, it's because they like them. I was just trying to get like, why was she bothering?
That's in elementary school. We don't do that no more when we get
right.
down.
Right.
No, they still do that.
Now.
They still do that.
What?
They still do that.
They still do that.
They still do that.
Well, they must have never grew up.
No, okay, that school, a lot of them didn't. I'm not even going home.
No, she was.
I ain't never met a bunch of immature grown ass people in my fucking life.
She did not. Crystal, she did not like me. I would hope she did not like me. I think we were all cool. It was just one of those days we were all relaxing, fun. Ray did some stupid shit by bringing some sock and boppers on a day I had to come to class. That was the dumbest thing you could have ever did in your life.
So why she didn't feel the need to get on everybody else, but she messed with you only?
Because I was the only person walking around with a sock and bopper ready to punch somebody in the face with it. But I was trying to punch niggas in the face.
Wow.
I was trying to punch niggas in the face. That was it. I was inviting people to step in and like, let's go. I ain't did this in years.
Oh, and so she stepped in.
Yes, and she put it on. I had took it off already. She put it on, and she wanted to play and fight. She jabbed me, and I gave her a look like, "Hey, I'm telling you, you jump in this water, you better be able to swim. Because if you can't, you bound to drizzle."
That's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I did? I baptized her. I put her in the water. Left her down there.
Well, from that day on, I bet you she ain't never hit a man again.
Nope, she still do.
She didn't.
She didn't learn a lesson.
She didn't learn her lesson. And she didn't. She didn't learn her lesson. But it was just one of those days. It was just like, I feel bad. But
I guess she ain't hit you again.
Yeah, of course. I don't think nobody hit me again that day. Like nobody tried me that day. Like it was like one of those days.
You gotta reach. You gotta reach. That's why I call it reach guard.
You got to. I will fuck you up. Like, and I'm very calm when I fight too. I don't get mad, angry, upset, nothing. I am very strategic. I don't get upset because I
So
know
you're
what the fuck is about
deadly.
to happen.
Nah, you ain't strategic. You're deadly. That's what you're saying.
Like I don't get mad. I don't. It's just like if you hit me in the face, I might laugh.
Oh my God. That's the
Like it's
dangerous kind.
Crystal, you might.
That means you crazy, Q. That means you
This
crazy.
is giving
Shit.
the mental thing that Crystal be talking about.
no. Y'all will not put that label on me. No.
Q, Q.
I
If
Yes.
mean,
someone
I do the
Yes.
same shit.
Q,
Yes.
You said you was very calm.
I
It's
am.
giving serial mental. Like
No, it's like
No, it's
it's
no.
war.
I'm a
I
No,
don't.
I feel you on this. I feel you on this,
It's
especially when a
no.
motherfucker hit you on the
Dion, you
shit
do
don't
not feel me
hurt.
on this because you are always angry. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
That's besides the point. Listen, like it's a whole other thing, especially when a motherfucker hates you when the shit don't hurt. Like, you
But it's
got
not
no
even
power
that it
behind
don't
your shit,
hurt. It's
and
not
you're
even
really
that it
trying to
don't
stop
hurt.
me.
It's
It's
just
like
about.
really.
It's about. It is. We are. When you swing on me, we are officially at war. I am not fighting you for anger. I'm fighting you for superiority. I'm trying to beat you. I'm trying to prove to you that you never want to jump in this water again.
well,
I
if
will.
you ever open up a body, a security business, let me know.
You better make sure you got them sock and boppers on deck.
Hey, I'm just saying. I will pop the shit out of somebody who don't belong in that building.
look,
Yo,
I
the
wasn't.
only
Super
I
time.
duper
wasn't
out.
expecting. I
Astroworld
wasn't
needed
expecting
a
all that to
security
happen
guard
either.
at one point, so you could have went to go get a job at Astroworld.
Put it as. Oh, you disrespectful.
Oh
That
See,
Wow.
was that
Oh, you
no,
disrespectful. That was a low
no,
blow.
that
That was
was
Oh, we
very low.
sliding everything under.
That was a low blow like
no.
shit. Oh my god.
Oh,
I like
Good
that. I
bruh.
like
good
it. I
job.
like that.
Good
oh.
job. That was great. That was
I
good.
like. I like that one, B.
That was great. I forgot what I was about to say. You just threw my mind left.
Where's that applause sound? We should do the
Like,
Bro.
but
What?
in all
Hold on, I
reality,
got you.
I am not I am not a
yes,
violent person.
that. Hmm.
Uh,
I'm not a violent person. But that's just to go to show that women, please, oh my God, like let's thank the gods that man took that slap like that and just like brushed it off because
Yeah, he looked like he was gonna cry.
yeah,
That man was
I was
singing the song and about to from preventing from crying. I don't know, man.
And then when he had her in a headlock, he was still singing. That's why I said, someone does need to save him because he
maybe
not right in the head,
maybe
man.
maybe I'm
I don't.
scarred because my father and my uncles they all watch wrestling. So I don't think anybody has ever like had like a figure four leg lock and a fucking crippler cross face done to them at the same time.
Mm.
you
I
gotta
think
be on
they
your
all
back. How does
cap.
that work? Because if you're the figure four, like you on your back. So like how's the crossface come into play?
Hey,
Or
look,
was you trying to
your
roll out
body
of
is
that
twisted.
motherfucker?
Your body is twisted. So like
Oh,
the
oh, he
figure
had
four,
you.
the
Oh, so he.
figure his figure like my father did the
Oh my God, you're back. Oh my God.
my father did the figure four, which is the reason why I do it to my kids all the time and my brothers and sisters. He
See,
really
now
like
I'm visualizing it, and all I say is, "Oh God, just fine."
exactly. So just imagine what I've been through. Like I was the
Oh,
youngest.
you poor, poor
I was
man.
the youngest cousin, son, whatever for a long time. So I got like they watch wrestling. These are grown men watching wrestling.
You poor, poor man.
So now,
Oh,
so now it's to the point. Now it's to the point where I freely put the figure four leg lock on whoever the fuck I feel like it.
I think those dude, like the dude and the girl, I feel like they do it for clout. Like,
Nah, you don't get slapped like that for clout. I don't give a fuck.
no,
Material.
no,
there is too
No.
much aggression behind
people
that. That's
putting
not for
ugly
clout.
makeup.
That's
People putting ugly makeup on for clout. People, sliding down ice butt naked for clout. At this point, they do anything for
That's a
clout.
Did
fact.
you see? Did you
So,
see the
That's a
video?
fact.
Did you see the videos of this shit hitting this dude?
That's a fact. Hey
and
Ray, I'm gonna
it's
be on.
going viral. So the first time it went viral, they was like, "Oh, this thing working." So let me
No.
keep it
Did
on.
you see
Hey Ray,
the vitriol in this broad's eyes when she hit him?
hey Ray. If she
Yeah, it
would have
was really
slapped me,
bad, man.
hey Ray, if she would have slapped me, I would have went to Def Jam fight for New York, and I would have did the exhibit motherfucking blazing move. Punched her from
Oh,
the head to the
shit.
back of her motherfucking ass. Back and
front
forth.
I
to
think
back.
that was called front to back.
Front to back.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the. I didn't want to expose my nerdum and be the one to say it.
Yeah,
So
it's
I don't
good.
know how she is she bigger? Because he look like the pic video I see is he's really skinny.
Hey,
She's
man,
way
look.
bigger.
What you not
Dude
Oh,
understand
she
can't
talk
be.
is?
about the skinny niggas,
She
okay?
could sit
Dude
on
can't be
him.
no more than maybe slightly bigger than me, and old girl look like she weigh about 300 pounds.
Oh yeah, he wasn't gonna win that, so he might as
Shit,
well. You
man.
know,
Hey, hold up, time out. I'm a skinny nigga. I'm a skinny nigga.
Yeah,
first of all,
but you like 6 feet
That's
something.
not the point, Ray.
No. Ray has a point. Let me tell you something. I am 5'4", 150 pounds. I'm short and skinny. And
Shut up, you.
no,
Shut
let
up.
me finish. Old boy in the video looked like he about my size, maybe
I'm
slightly
sorry.
taller than
My
me.
bad. My bad. That
That's,
was my instance. That was
and
insensitive.
again, old girl got to be about 3 something. She big.
That was insensitive. My bad. I'm so sorry. I ain't mean to laugh
You
at
knew
your
the fuck
problem.
what you was doing.
Yeah,
You
you
knew
did.
As
exactly
all,
what the fuck you were
I
doing.
don't care. You
Father,
can laugh
hey,
me about
Father,
my
tell
size.
him
I
stop
don't
saying it
care.
out loud. Just tell him stop saying it out loud.
All
See,
I
no,
know,
hold up.
see,
Let me say something real quick. I've whooped niggas that weigh 200, 300 pounds in my life.
oh
You can
God.
laugh at me
oh,
about
we
my
going
size all
back
the
to
fuck you
Oh
the
want.
you
my
I
can't beat
don't
me
God.
care.
though.
Oh
I
my
believe you.
I will give your ass a nuggie. Stop playing with me.
Shut up.
No, but
You
Okay,
gonna
all
do
right.
that.
Well, we're
You
not
know,
gonna do. We're not
you know
gonna do this. Let Dion finish his point. Let Dion finish his
yeah,
point.
I'm going. Yeah.
My point
We
is,
not fit to go there.
old. My point is, old girl is, and I'm being generous when I say she about twice his size. She might be more than that, more than twice his size.
And I'm an asshole.
and didn't she bite him too?
Ray, you said that shit to your mother.
I
You are
saw
an asshole.
that.
Shut up.
That's nasty.
It was still open. It was still the
That's
cut was
nasty.
still
Like,
open material. It was
ugh.
disgusting. It was
I saw
oozing.
that, and he was like putting his clothes on, and he was just making a whole fuss with all his friends there, knowing he getting beat up. And now you have all these people here in your house with you, and they know you getting beat up every day. But they over here walking freely. You ain't got no couch, no nothing in that. Child, that must have been a trap house.
You know what's funny? If it would have been the other way around, he'd have probably got jumped.
Oh, he got jumped. He'd have been got jumped a long time
He'd
ago.
have been got jumped. So I mean, this is what I be saying about
He
abuse
need to
goes
get
both
somebody to jump
ways.
her fat ass. The fuck?
Nah, this is what I be saying. Like abuse goes both ways because I think either Material Life said it or Crystal said it. Like abuse for men doesn't really like it don't really go that far. And sometimes you gotta like they tell you gotta eat that shit, you gotta man up and all that other stuff. That man looked like he was in
Who?
pain.
Man, hey, I
Who
literally just
teaching
had
their kid to get beat up by a woman
I
You know,
and
literally
be
just
because
had
okay
you
a
know
with
the
it?
whole thing of never you should never put your hands on a woman. You know that type of stigmatism. The
Yeah,
whole you
that
should
was
never
in the
put your
50s and 60s
Fuck
when
that.
men was
Yeah, that
nah.
was
paying all the
definitely in the
bills.
Fuck
second
that.
days.
Don't get me wrong. My mom said if a woman puts their hands on you, you hit that heifer back. But I know a lot of dudes is just like I don't care what you do, what she does, or you should never put your. I know a lot of dudes that say you
That's
should
some
never put your hands
bullshit.
on a woman.
man.
Fuck
That's some
that.
There
bullshit.
are
Like I said,
ways.
that's in the
There are
50s and
ways to
60s when the husband was paying all the bills. But in the
Mm-hmm.
2020s, when people splitting stuff in half, hit me and you're going to get hit back.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Look, like I said, I love women. I love women to death. Okay, but I have a set of skills.
This
Okay, Liam
taking,
Neeson.
this taking.
Yes, I
Okay,
will go
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. And I have a set of skills and a set of trained men who have taught me how to restrain you from thinking you gonna slap, punch, do anything like that to me.
Listen. So
Man, see,
I'm not gonna hit you, but you will get suplexed.
Man, what?
You will
nah.
get
Oh,
fucking
See,
suplexed.
me, fuck that.
Gore!
My hands are
Gore!
ready to eat for everyone. I've had bitches pull knives on me. Okay? No. I'm beating your ass. You
I
attack
gave
me,
a
I'm
couple.
beating your ass.
I gave a couple women the deadly death drop. The 3D is just
Hey, I swear, the most beautiful fucking move ever, bro. I will 3D the shit out your ass.
yo. I'm not a chauvinist, But nothing puts a woman in a place than giving her a 3D. I'm telling you.
You just gotta make sure
wait.
you got.
Okay, so
You just gotta
all
make
right.
sure your home. You gotta make sure you got a homie right there that comes out of nowhere.
And just
when you lift her in the air, you just gotta make sure it's somebody there. I promise you, he gonna come out of nowhere
and 3D.
catch her.
Bro, I got tears coming out my
that.
eyes, bro.
This is why extreme violence is necessary. Y'all talking about I don't even know what something
Sometimes you
dropped,
just gotta
whatever
go
you just
there.
said.
A 3D
At
Dudley
this
Death
point,
Drop.
you deserve 6 knives. At this point, let's play what's that thing called where you have the bullseye? Let's just see which knife gonna aim at you at this point if you're doing
Oh,
deadly
the
death
night
drop.
game.
Since we talking about ways to defer from abusive women, shout out to Shawn Michaels for kicking the shit out that little girl at that goddamn salad bar for verbally abusing him.
Yes.
We all need to take a page out of his book. Because all you seen was a silent clap. I'm sorry.
Yo, this is the 3D. That's the 3D right there.
3D, the Dudley.
Oh hell no!
Oh my God, hey
All
Ray.
I'm saying is, if anybody's able
Oh
to do
no!
that shit to me, y'all better make sure I'm fucking dead.
Nah.
Oh no!
It could be. It could be worse. It could set you up the
That's
way there's a
extreme
table in
violence
between
right
them,
there.
and your ass laying there on that table.
A punch does not equate to that.
Shit, a 3D? Man, look.
The formula has to match.
Put it this way.
Equal.
Would you rather get 3D to RKO?
Neither.
Hey, look.
They're all cutters. They're all cutters.
They're all cutters. You go.
Well, it's either would you rather get your. It's like saying would you rather get your throat sliced or shot in the head? Neither.
That's that. That's just death.
Yeah. We ain't
Right.
killing you.
We're not going that far.
That is like being paralyzed.
We ain't killing you.
I mean, you want to cop a sir? Like,
shit,
I mean,
or we can go back. Or fellas, we can go back to like 06 and start putting these women in the master lock.
Yes,
I was a rock bottom person myself. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Me, you can cop a stunner, and you can cop a stunner at any time. Like,
nah, bro, I'm suplexing. I'm gonna hit you with the T-bone. I'm gonna hit you with the German. I'm gonna hit you with the belly to back. I'm gonna hit you with
Kurt Angle.
suplexes.
Okay, Kurt Angle, we get it. Okay, Kurt Angle, we get it.
I am the human suplex machine. I'm Taz in his prime. Nigga, you getting suplexed.
He had one where he put you in the sleeper hold and he could suplex you from that position. What was that one again?
Which one?
Taz had one where he would put you in the sleeper hold, but he would still manage to lift your ass up and suplex you from the sleeper hold. Like while you still in the sleeper hold the whole time.
Taz mission.
Yeah, that was the Taz mission. That boy was different.
that nigga was crazy. And that was a Brooklyn nigga. My man was from Rizzo.
Because at this point, I'm feeling like Randy Orton, and I might just start punting motherfuckers who just like don't understand. Because that seemed to be the only thing that gets through people when you line that motherfucker up and just punt the shit out of them. And you ain't gotta kick him in the face. You ain't gotta kick him in the face. Kick the woman in her kneecap. And watch how her life is destroyed.
What the fuck? You know what?
And Crystal, be mindful. I do know who and not to do it to. Like, I wouldn't do it to you because I feel like you put some voodoo on me or some shit.
What the fuck?
Crystal can actually fight. So, you
I know she can.
Crystal can actually fight.
I'm pretty sure she can. I can hear it in her voice sometimes. It's just...
Crystal, I
swear.
Crystal, you gotta treat Crystal like it's one of those fucking like it's a Bugs Bunny episode and just have her chase you, and then you set traps out for her to fall and like trip up on shit.
Like just throw a table out in front of her out of nowhere, just
like get a bag of marbles and just throw them on the ground. Shit just fall.
I can't stand y'all. I just want to let y'all know.
I love you too.
We love you too, but I'm just saying. I am personally not going to put my hands on you, but I'm gonna make sure everything I got around me is going to fuck you up.
The thing is, The thing is, when I did fight with guys in school, and Dion unfortunately was my witness, it would be a group of them. It was never one-on-one. So I'm kind of rough around that shit.
Damn, who the fuck was jumping you? What did you do?
Dion.
I just had a
She's
flashback.
Darnell.
No. I just had a flashback. Oh, what was that, Antonio? Oh, shit. Oh, no, I just had a flashback of her talking to some nigga in elementary school. I think it was Antonio. I think Antonio was his name. She dogged this nigga.
Rigo. It was Rigo because he keep playing, talking about he can get his people on me. All right. They followed me home. Nobody told him to follow me, Dion. That's on them.
See, he deserves it.
No. This was someone
this
is someone I saw you fuck up at school. Like during recess. Like you put pause on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Hit her in the throat. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, William Regal. William Regal, thumb to the eye. I promise you, it's over.
Here's the fair thing. I be holding back on loved ones. I never really fight. But when it comes to people I don't know, yeah, they can get it. Call the ambulance ahead because I'm not gonna hold back. Period.
Somebody call him a wambulance.
And then I'll try. And then one of something funny. I can't remember who. I'm trying to remember who it was you whooped. But I remember watching the fight, and I remember it was my nigga Jesse that peeled you off the motherfucker because he didn't kill me.
Men, there are 1,001 ways to win. I promise you.
I think that was what was his freaking name?
I think that was fucking Antonio.
Nah, Antonio was a sweetheart. Even though he was a badass, I never tried to fight him. It was somebody else. It was that the Haitian guy that went away. Romeo or Romy.
Yeah.
It was Romy.
Yeah. I remember. Ron was a dick. He insisted on hanging with me and Jesse for some reason, which I think was the only reason Jesse saved him. But
then he got no. Okay, y'all on the path. If you get half of the fucking class to attack one girl and they're all boys, what you think's gonna happen?
Stab.
Okay, so I was walking with a sharp umbrella and he got it.
I knew it. Crystal, I knew you were a stabbing individual. You just give me shank vibes.
I bet you that shit be quick as fuck too. It's just like
Crystal gives me ice pick vibes like a motherfucker. Like phone check, nigga, phone check.
I'm pretty sure Crystal like Ali with the knife. She hit you like 6 times. You don't even see it at all. Want to see me do it again?
To be fair, I am from Brooklyn, so I have to keep up tradition. But
Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. Let's keep Crystal away from the kitchen when she's pissed off.
But I can cook though, so
that's besides the point right now.
That was so beside the point, Dion. I'm glad you caught that. I'm so glad.
But I can cook though.
That makes me even more afraid. That makes me even more afraid. I'm not eating the spaghetti with you bad.
She gonna out-green the fuck out of somebody. Nah, baby, I'm making you some
noodles. No, not even
that.
Just if you serving
don't keep me away from the kitchen, but I can cook
because
though.
I don't know who you done chopped up because he was angry and stuck in the oven. No.
Love and happiness.
I am fair, okay.
Are you referring to
man with Crystal? You gotta take a pillow and fold that bitch and put that bitch in a pillowcase and beat her with it. You just gotta take a pillow.
Like some horror shit.
Like you gotta fold that pillow.
Nah. Crystal like to play brick ball. I think Crystal like to play brick ball.
All I'm
you know
gonna
what I
say is,
mean?
do you know how disrespectful it is to get your ass whooped by Crystal? She go back home and enjoy a good ass home meal.
Fuck that, Crystal. You gonna feed me? You whoop my ass. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
All right, so you're gonna have to go past my 13 uncles, my nieces and nephews, my mom.
Hey, look, it's a gauntlet I'm willing to take. I promise.
Oh my God, he's running the gauntlet.
Hey, I'm
telling
you,
you clearly do not value your life. You
Hey,
clearly don't value your life.
let me tell you something.
I'm not touching that. I'm just gonna be like one of them old people in the back. I done told you not to fuck with that woman.
I'm all about spirituality and love.
I'm the guy in the background yelling World Star. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dion,
Like you
I can't
typically
wait.
do, Dion.
You know
You
what?
know. Now that I think about it, you was always laughing. You never jumped in.
Dion, you fucked up.
I had no reason to jump in. I've never seen
Hey,
you.
I'm glad
I've
you.
never
Hey,
seen you
Crystal,
lose a
I'm
fight
glad
in
you
front
called
of
this
me.
little
I
motherfucker
had
out.
no reason to jump in.
I'm about to
I've
say
You
he
never
always
probably
seen
say
didn't
the
have
Crystal.
a
I've
truth.
never
reason.
seen you get
She
beat up.
was
I've never
getting
seen you
jumped
lose
by.
a
She
fight.
was getting chased by a bunch of niggas.
Dion
That
was
is
always
the
saving
biggest
the
reason
one
to jump
person.
in.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was more concerned for them niggas' well-being.
Are you
She crazy.
serious?
The fuck?
You
Dion,
should have just
I
let
just
me
want to
have
hear the
him.
conversation you and God are gonna have when your time is done on Earth.
I'm just gonna look him in the eye and say, I regret nothing. I'm not even gonna say anything else. I regret nothing.
And I'm gonna be right up there eating the apples. See, God, I told you.
See, God told you.
I told you. I told you it was a dude named Dion.
Oh my god.
See,
There's
here's
something
the
wrong with
thing.
him.
When you understand something, I've said this several times. I've known Crystal since second fucking grade. I know what she's fucking capable of.
Put it this
When
way:
I
And we
say
will say nothing.
she got
See when she
when she
giggle
got
like
some
that,
shit,
that's making
I just
concern.
let it be
in
because
second
I knew she
grade,
could handle that shit.
in second grade, I feel like Crystal stayed very close to the pencil sharpener. So what I would like.
Dion, do not say anything.
She did,
Do
didn't she?
not.
I know she did. I swear I'm a genius. I am a genius. It starts young. They start young. They start
She was
abusive.
she was either she either sat at the very front or very back of the room. I'm gonna say that. One of the two.
Was it near a pencil sharpener or a container full of pencils?
Was it near a trash can?
No. 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 So my immediate memory, I can't remember if she sat near any of those particular items, but I know she was either at the very front or very back of the room. One of the two. And
I don't trust you, Crystal.
from second all the way up to I believe fourth grade, she and I were always in the same fucking class.
Crystal, I don't trust
Yeah,
you.
we were.
Damn, that's like some like TV show sitcom type of shit.
So again, we literally grew up together.
I don't trust you.
Yeah, and here's the thing though, because I didn't let anybody fuck around with Dion. It was me and Lynn that always had us, but we were the nicest girls in the class. It was just that
you had an accomplice. Oh, this is getting juicy.
You know
Let her
what?
finish, Q. Let her finish, Q. Let her finish.
So you know those girls that's in the class is very quiet. They're very nice. They'll lend you anything that they if we have it, we're gonna give it to you. But just don't fuck with the people that you know we got their back. Like especially if we know they don't fight back that much, leave them the fuck alone, and everything will be good. But nobody listened to the rules, so
I can
it is
respect
what it
that.
is.
Excuse me, can I get transferred to another class?
Actually, you know what? That just confirmed something. Hold on, because that just motherfucking confirmed something. So the reason why Dion be so happy-go-lucky with stabbing and shooting niggas is because he had protection this whole motherfucking time.
Damn, Crystal, how much are you charging? How about that? Y'all talk about me and my security business. Let's talk about
saying.
She a whole assassin out here.
You sure you
Dion
wasn't on
just
Charlie's
watched me
Angels?
and you know, I wish.
She was on John Wick.
You know what? What state you in again?
Nope, I'm not saying nothing. Ray, if you say something, I'll stand you up.
Why you coming at me?
No, no, and then you want to know the
IP
icing on the
address?
cake? You want to know the icing on the cake about all of this? Like, Crystal never got any disciplinary action for none of that shit.
And she don't get caught. That's what's scary.
Hey, shit, Crystal. Hey, look. Hey, I got this dude down the street.
You know what? What's
You
his
know,
IP address though?
I was about to say I've been nothing but sweet to Crystal. That's your ass cute.
for me, hey, that's cool. Look, I will get a pair of sock and boppers. You know,
Oh my god, not the soccer boppers.
you know what I'm saying?
Not that.
Nah, no, you know what? I can't even fight Crystal because Crystal got a knife. She'll just pop the sock and boppers, and I have no problem.
That should be quick
The
Really?
too.
soccer bobber, she might hack your whole arm off, nigga.
That nigga,
Fuck the soccer bobber.
you just gonna see that motherfucker. You just gonna hear it the entire time. I ain't fucking
Y'all
with
was
Crystal, man.
wrong.
I ain't fucking with Crystal.
Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Keep your
God
hands to
bless you.
yourself.
Please.
That's all I'm gonna say. God bless you.
Pretty
Crystal.
much.
Keep your hands to yourself, man. Please.
Yeah. Keep your hands to yourself. And
If-
if you ever in a situation where you feel like you can fight a grown ass man and you get suplexed or 3D'd, don't complain.
or super kicked.
Yep.
Yeah, or super kick.
Or super kicked.
To fuck around is sacred. To find out is divine.
Put it this way: the next female put their hands on me. I'm calling my mother.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
Yeah,
Call
that's
me.
fair.
Call me. Exactly. Call me what you want. I don't care what you say.
But you
calling
know,
my
that's
mother.
why I love having sisters, because I can just call them up.
Oh no, I got enough sisters for that shit. But
Yeah.
I want to get the big dog.
So what happened to just calling the police? We just don't do that no more?
Have you seen our skin color?
We are
Fuck the police. Look, I got a crazy ass aunt who all I gotta give her is a name and an address and just wait for the news report saying that so and so disappeared.
You just dry snitch.
Stop
Right.
dry snitching.
Just that
Stop
fast.
dry
That fast. Next
Rain,
abusive
cut that off,
relationship.
please.
I'm about to say next abusive relationship. I swear I'm putting Nair in your shampoo. I'm done.
There was a video somebody did that to a guy who had dreads,
I'm
You
like
fighting
saw
his
that
fire.
girlfriend.
too? Oh my
She
god,
put
that's
I'm
Nair in
fighting
his
fire with
shampoo.
fire.
and
It
then
was
what
on the
happened
judge
next?
show,
No,
right?
they
It was
ended
on
up
the judge
on
show.
one of the what was that, divorce court or something like that.
No. That was on what? TikTok material?
Yeah, on TikTok, she literally put Nair on it, and she was
No,
like washing his hair and everything, and completely, cut him bald. Man,
no. The dude I'm
I would
thinking
have
of
to
on
send
the
her to
divorce
court for
court,
that one.
the bitch cut his hair in his sleep. The
Delilah
bitch
and
that I'm thinking
Samson.
of, she cut his hair in his sleep, just to come and find out that the dude that she thought he was cheating on her with, that was a family member of his that was in town visiting.
That one. I saw that one. That was on one of those judges, them
It was
TV
that
judge
was the
shows.
I think
Her
it was divorce
friend saw
court.
him with another girl, and she was like, she had called her friend, let her know, and was all wrong. To find out that was his cousin, and she didn't even know who it was, so she ended up cutting his dreads, and he claimed like he'd been growing them dreads forever, and she cut one
Yeah,
piece of dread, and he cut the whole thing.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, because that left a big ass ball patch in his head.
But
For the first
one
one, I
don't.
thought she
Okay, she
contaminated it.
cut one, and you shave your whole head
Do
off of
you know
one
how
dread missing.
dreads work? Not try, I'm not saying that. I'm not asking that question to be funny or nothing like that. But like to
Dion, do
do
you got
that,
dreads?
no. But I know motherfuckers who grow that shit.
Yeah.
It, like
But when someone cut off one, I done seen dreads fall off. And people let
Lil Wayne.
eventually grows out. But to cut your whole head off of one dread, yeah, you all in.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that
But
she
the
hurts.
cut it,
one where
and what
where
I'm
the girl
telling you
used
is
Nair in the
she cut it close
shampoo
to the
and
scalp to where
completely
you can see the bald spot where that dread used to be.
yeah, at that point he could just do it for a ponytail. He'll be good.
You know,
Long
never
story short,
mind.
keep your hands
But
off each other. It is not that serious. It ain't that deep.
to put if anybody put near my shampoo and completely make me bald, now we got problems. We got major problems. If you cut a little strand, I'll be upset about it. But I'm not gonna shave my head bald. But if you put near, No, we got problems. You vicious. You're a murderer.
I'm just trying to give that man some tips and pointers on how to, what I'm saying, take her out to dinner at a nice place and then like be like, baby, hey, let me get your seat for you. And as soon as she sit down, pull the seat back. Embarrass the shit out of her. Do something. You got
That's just childish.
I'm gonna just
That's
wait for you
just
to go to the
childish.
bathroom and I'm gonna slip a laxative in your drink.
No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
gonna let you go to the bathroom. I'm gonna slip a laxative in your drink.
all right, that's just doing too much, Ray. I mean, Fox, I mean, Dion.
In the words of Deborah Cox, no, no,
And then
no,
she
no,
gonna be in
no,
your car
no, no,
shitting.
no,
So
no,
what you
no.
gonna do about that?
She, if she can't hold it, that's on her. That
Bruh,
Well,
so
she has
Dion,
laxative. She
so
got
Dion,
shit. So
you gonna be just as embarrassed as she is. You gotta walk around with the lady with the shitty
I was
bra.
about to say, you gonna drive her home? You gonna
You
drive her
you
home?
you got it. You are known as the dude with the shitty booty wife.
In the poo poo.
she the
That
one
poo
with the
poo
shitty
good.
ass, not me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god,
Nigga,
Dion.
you with her.
Dion, you are
She,
stupid.
okay,
You
I guess I'll slip with a laxative and then leave her there. The fuck?
that's
Oh
just
wow, you're an
rude.
ass.
You are just
Hey, hey, you put me in a position where okay, now I need a way to get around being with the bitch with the shitty ass.
grow up, Dion.
Dion,
No.
I'm so glad you're married. I
I
am
mean
so
that literally. Grow the
I
fuck.
I, I want your
No.
relationship to last for I want your relationship to last forever
I
Oh my
because I
bet.
don't
god.
want to see you out there
It
in the
better because
dating
I'm not
scene.
getting in another one. Like this is it for me.
I
I don't think
see.
you got. I don't think you got a choice. Because
Shit.
after this podcast, I don't think nobody gonna want you.
Nah, nah,
Excuse me
no.
while I find a fuck to give.
Oh Lord.
This Lord.
can't nobody beat his ass, so it don't matter.
You
Thank
can't
you.
whoop me.
On to
Shout
the
out to the
next
Alpha Bel
subject.
Air. But
On to the next topic.
We have final thoughts right now.
Damn.
And we all start with Q Reese, guys.
First of all, I hope everybody's Thanksgiving was great. Mine was awesome. I was supposed to make that video, Crystal. I forgot.
I
I
was
completely forgot.
suffering.
Yeah, it was. Crystal gave me an idea to make a video on five tips on how to survive Thanksgiving because I came up with the greatest scheme on how to get in and get out and eat and not be bothered by anybody.
write
So
it down and say it for next year. I want to see this.
yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna still do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. My final thought is I sent a video to Ray about it was Deion Sanders is a college. He's a D. What is it? Is it D2, D3?
Jackson State. I know it's at Jackson State.
Okay. Well, Deion Sanders is a college football coach, and recently he did something very interesting, and it kind of caught my attention, and I actually commend him for this. Um, he had Brittany Renner come to a, um a session with his team, and he basically it was basically an exposure to the other side of what the sport that they're trying to succeed in. And basically throughout this situation, she basically just broke it down to how you are depicted as an athlete, how your market in like dating it becomes different because of who you are and what sport you play and these things. And she also pointed out how it's hard for professional athletes to be able to find that person who is genuinely for them and not there for an agenda. And I don't know, time after time, I'm starting to really enjoy Deion Sanders as a coach because he brings some type of reality to his team where it's not just about football. It's about, life skills, and it's about preparing yourself for the next chapter of your life if you decide to continue to pursue football. And I want to commend him for what he did, because a lot of people would have looked at it weird, wouldn't understand it. But in all reality, it also gave me a lot of more respect for Brittany Renner. I keep saying this, I don't know why, but the more she starts to, she kind of like exposed them to what it really is and what the struggle is on being a professional athlete or even a celebrity at that, and that was just something interesting. And I just felt like it was a great tactic, and it was a great lesson to present to young men who are trying to, succeed in football. It could be football, basketball, whatever it is, or just being an entertainer overall. And I just felt like that was a great way to bring guys back to reality, to understand that, you can get rich, you can become the biggest football player, but it also it slimmens the gap of how you are able to find like that person that you feel like, oh, I want to spend the rest of my life with them. It's just I thought it was a great lesson, and I just I enjoyed it. It was funny because it was a bunch. Just imagine a bunch of college kids seeing Brittany Renner walk in and they're going crazy, and to be humbled in that sense, it was just like, it was refreshing. So yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, D
Oh, my
Wolf is on
Cowboys
you.
won. Shout out to us.
Yeah, Cowboys won. D Wolf is on you.
All right. I'm just happy that Chris Cuomo got fired for what he did. I don't know if anybody heard about that.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I heard.
yeah, I don't know if you know the reason.
I do.
Yeah.
I
So
don't.
I thought he was trying to help his brother find out exactly which person per se, did the report.
It was deeper. It was a little
it was
deeper
more
than
than
that.
that.
It
It
So
was
he
was
was
more
doing
than
his
that.
own
He was
investigations.
he was trying to dig into people's past to make sure that if anybody said anything about him, they could be like, "Oh, you can't trust them because this person did that." He was trying to blackmail people to protect. And it wasn't just the sexual allegations; it was the cover up for the nursing homes, the nursing home deaths. And I found out something
Wait,
interesting about
nursing
that.
home? Wait, come out.
Oh, okay. So when the pandemic started, he basically mandated that the elderly residents of homes will have to be put into nursing homes for protection against the virus, when that was completely unnecessary, and it caused a lot of deaths amongst the elderly in the nursing homes, because he's putting people that already had it and this and the other in the homes, and those people were safe on their own in the nursing homes. The residents that already lived there, they were safe, and he just flooded them, and it just basically, it was, to me, that's genocide, but nobody's gonna go that level. But anyway, I found out something recently as to why he did that. It had to do with the Jacob Javits Center. So I think Trump he wanted the Jacob Javits Center to be the hub for anybody who had cases of corona to go there. So he wanted it to set up like a triage there for only COVID cases, so that way the hospitals won't get flooded, But everybody's like, nobody wanted to do anything he says, especially New Yorkers, because remember when the mandates came out, they're like, I don't trust the government. I ain't taking Trump's vaccine. And now that after the election, they're singing a different tune, basically the same thing. So so to spite Trump, I guess they flat out said no, which that seems like a smart ass idea, but okay. They said no, and he went forward with this and killed off a whole bunch of people. So I'm glad that at least this solidifies that this man is guilty in this, and hopefully, I pray he pays straight up. And this is my home state, so.
So they're saying he sent COVID into the nursing home.
No, okay, let's say my mom was elderly.
Mm-hmm.
He would have them go into nursing homes. He will have her go into nursing homes because she's of a certain age and this and the other. So instead of them staying home because I'll be going in and out of my house, their thing is that okay, if I'm going in and out of my house and my mom lives there, I put her at risk. So let's put her in a nursing home to keep her safe.
So who was putting these old people in nursing home?
Him. He had mandated it.
Oh, so like shit, the vaccine was mandated and people still ain't taking the shot. So who was putting these old people into nursing home? Was the kids sending their parents there?
Yeah, because of what was going on. This was fresh off the pandemic, so they're like, oh yeah, we should do that. You know. So they just
locked them.
And some states didn't do that, but him and I think another states, I think it was a female governor, did the same thing.
I know some states they did. If you were already in it, they wasn't letting no new check-ins and they wasn't letting no people come out. But
exactly, that's how it should have been, but they did the opposite.
Yeah.
And he tried to hide it. That was the worst thing. It's not just that he did it; he was hiding the fact that he did it, and by reducing the numbers of death in the reports. So he had reporters or whomever say, "Oh, this I'm not like it was like
that's
hundreds
wrong.
of thousands," but he would say like a minuscule amount, so people won't be concerned.
Yeah, no, that's wild. That's just that's not even conscious. Like you can't physically just be finessing numbers after people are dying in regards to whatever case they have. But I can't put the blame on him because I don't know the law that was instated that forced these people going to nursing home. But at the end of the day, if your grandma, or your dad, or your whatever is perfectly well, and there was well in their house, why would you pull them out of there? Like I don't care if the government mandated it or nothing, but like why would you pull your family from there? It's half these kids probably didn't feel like taking care of their grandmas and their moms and stuff like that. That's why they sent them over there to go die.
Keep in mind, this was during a time where everybody was like really worried about this compared to today. Like this, nobody knew what was going down. Like if this is what we have to do, we got to do this to make sure. Remember, 2 weeks to curve the whatever, and to flatten the curve, and people were like, "Oh hell yeah, we got to stop this." Remember, everybody was down with everything, so nobody's really concerned about It's like whatever these people say has got to be right.
But it's so backwards because you're telling people not to leave their house, but then you're saying move into an old people home. Like that's just so backwards.
It is.
Somebody with common sense would be like, well, if you're telling us not to leave, why do you want me to send my grandparents? Because I won't be able to see them if they're getting abused. Because let's be honest, some senior citizen living homes are getting abused left and right.
I'll just blame it on fear. I'll just say it's fear of the unknown new virus.
Pandemic. But him falsifying the information about the death, that's foul as ever. He deserved to get some sentence for that. But I can't put all the blame on him sending old people to a nursing home because somebody got to move them. I wouldn't send my family during a pandemic.
Nope.
Where all sorts of people was dying, and it was already said that old people are dying quicker. So now I wouldn't be able to see them if they died. No, I'm good.
They wouldn't even let people go inside to see them. Like they're young. It's already done. They're on their dying breath, yo. And today, like if you're not vaccinated and you want to see somebody who's dying, you can't even go. It's insane.
That's why I wouldn't have never sent my parents there. If that was the case around that time, they wasn't letting people in. So I would have never sent my grandparents into a nursing home. Why I wouldn't be able to see them when I could easily be staying at the house with them. It's just some things you have to take a little bit like, yo, I messed up. I should have never, I should have just been like, no. The same way people are saying no to the vaccine. Some
Mhm.
things you have to say, nah, I'm good off of that one.
Yeah, my mom is not going to a nursing home or any of my parents for that. Like
Yeah.
like ever. Like either they're either staying with me or they're going back to Africa.
Yeah, I
That's
worked in
Mm,
one, so
like
I made my decision. I'm not doing that.
because they like
yeah.
so because the nursing homes, it depends on like how much money that nursing home makes. Like if you go to a low income nursing home, your people are gonna get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly. Like, why would I do that? I'm seeing young people dying. I'm seeing old people dying. I'm seeing big people dying. I'm seeing small, skinny people. Like, nah, I'm good.
yeah, but this virus doesn't discriminate, and we still sitting here like as a
Exactly.
collective acting like, yo, 700,000 people just died in your country, and we just like I don't think it's hit us yet. Like, bro, like job shortages were a thing. Like they were sitting there talking about how many people, looking for work. There was also talking about, oh man, so with all these deaths, like how are we going to prevent another, thing like this happening for the next pandemic or whatever? And no one is having these like conversations and taking it seriously to the point where they're actually educating the American people on how to fucking protect themselves.
But they already did a whole 90 days. Don't leave your house. 120 days. Don't leave your house. Nobody want to go back to work now. Now we at like what 365 days. People still barely still leaving their house, and is the job market is wide open. Just nobody want to go to work.
They're not getting paid enough.
Paid
That's the
enough, yeah.
problem.
They getting
Right.
paid what they was getting paid before.
That's the issue.
It's
Everything
not.
else is going up besides prices.
Inflation.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
and plus the government printed a whole bunch of money because they were unprepared for the pandemic that they were
but
forewarned about in the first place.
the
They
inflation
fumbled it,
happened because of us.
huh?
When the government was giving out free money, knowing we ain't got no money.
That money wasn't free.
You
Exactly.
got to pay back in
But we was
taxes. You got to
accepting
pay
it. So it's like at the end of the day, nobody was working for almost a year.
But no,
We
but the
giving
thing
free they
is,
giving us free money and everything else. And so but they not we had nothing to balance it out. So eventually the inflation was gonna happen. But
so I
the job market is still remaining the same. It's just nobody wants to go. And I don't blame them.
so I
Child, if
see
you're gonna
what you're
get free
saying.
money, why should you go work?
I see what you're saying, right? But the point that's missed here is that it was on them to prepare the
Hmm.
country for the pandemic. The reason why they were doing the stimulus checks was because America in itself has a horrendous fucking what's it called? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It has a horrendous like foundation. I'm gonna use the word foundation for like welfare. It has a horrible
Hmm.
welfare system. So if someone like let's say someone is unemployed and they're getting unemployment benefits, right? You're supposed to have unemployment benefits because there's going to be people that are going to be out of work for whatever reason it is. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they had an injury. Maybe they've been laid off and they just need money to get back up on their feet, pay their bills or whatever. You're
Hmm.
supposed to have an adequate system of unemployment in place, especially in a system like this where the profit motive is so powerful. The problem is that when America printed the money and gave it to people that weren't working, they only did that because, again, the foundation of this country when it comes to emergencies like this is so piss poor. So they had
Hmm.
no choice but to print that money, and like in a way it was free, but the problem is they have printed so much money to the point where there's a delayed effect.
But you
And
got so we're only talking about the stimulus check, but there was throughout that whole 6 months, 3 to 6 months, whatever it was, they was giving out unemployment to as to more people within that 6 month period than they did within the 10, 20 years before that. So if you calculate, people are saying they were getting about $2,000 every 2 weeks from unemployment. And naturally the job they was working at before was only giving them about $600 every week, or let's say 1,200 every 2 weeks. So yeah, I wouldn't go back to work if I'm getting $2,000 every 2 weeks.
And
And I was working at McDonald's and I was only getting 600, like 1,200 every 2 weeks after taxes. Hell no, I wouldn't go back to work. You gonna have to drag me in there.
and but that goes back to my point that they were already getting paid low anyway. So
Hmm.
like the stimulus and the unemployment, like it just showed people that, yo, your labor is getting exploited, literally.
Hmm.
And it created a consciousness to where people, they want better. And you
Yep.
can't blame them for wanting better, because if prices are rising and you're living in an economy where the standard of living is getting high, rent is getting doubled almost in a lot of places, and it's becoming increasingly hard to live a normal life. Like, most people don't want to, I mean, like, most regular folks just want to have enough money to be comfortable. They're not really looking for like all the Lamborghinis and shit. All of that shit is just, culture shit, and like just money porn that's been like spoon fed to us when we were young and little, and you watching TV and shit like that. But for the most part, people just want to be comfortable.
Yeah,
So
but
if you do not create an environment where people can create a comfortable life for themselves with the money that they're making, with the labor that you are essentially telling them that they need to do in order to live a comfortable life, then of course they're going to push back. Of course they're going to sit at home and collect money, because
hmm
they're going out there to work, but they're not getting it anyway. There's no reward for the hard work that they're doing. And this is why there's a mental health crisis. This is why so many people are so miserable, even if they are in a stable position, because
because
now
now
you've
you
told the
told the
people
people
that
that
they don't
they
matter,
don't matter
yeah,
unless there's a
unless
but
there's
we
a
pandemic to
can't.
tell
pandemic to
them
tell them
they matter.
they matter.
But we can't survive like that. Just like you said, our foundation is so trash. Regardless of the fact people want to get paid more, we cannot survive when people not working for long periods of time. Like two, they're still screaming, okay, we have another variant that happened, but let's say and we do another year like this, nobody wants to go to work. Do 2 more years like that, nobody wants to go to work. Eventually, yeah, inflation's gonna keep going up, but the jobs ain't gonna be able to pay the amount that we want. Then eventually it's gonna go, we're gonna have a even horrible situation leading up to,
and
And
and I
and I
understand
because
that.
understand
America
that.
ain't prepared to be paying somebody 2,000. A lot of these jobs ain't prepared to be paying people $2,000 every 2 weeks.
They have
They
it
have it
to
to
afford it.
afford it.
I
I
understand that,
understand that,
but
but
Yeah, some jobs
my,
can afford to pay 2,000, because here in Washington they pay way above minimum, like minimum wage, and somebody else's like down on this in the South. So, but you gotta remember the South ain't the West. So like it's so different. So you can't expect, to be getting 2,000 in the South on like what they, a lot of these people jobs, like a lot of companies are going bankrupt. And yeah, the government's bailing them out, but government keep bailing them out, but then the little small companies are can't afford to like hire people the same price that these big companies are hiring, so they losing out. We just dwindling down, and eventually we're gonna be looking like dust buckets running around here.
I
Everybody,
mean,
every company gonna be
if you
I
want
mean,
to
if you
talk
want to
about
talk
these
about these
companies who
companies
get
who
bailed
get
out when
bailed
they
out when
actually
they
y'all
make
hear
actually
an
money,
make
echo?
money,
Is it
that's
just
an
me?
entirely different conversation.
Y'all hear an echo? Or is it just me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
I
here
hear it
echo.
too.
too. Is it
It's
is it coming from me too?
It stopped
It's
now,
Yeah, that was
Okay.
weird.
but
That was
yeah,
the government. That was the
that's
government.
that's a whole other conversation in of itself. You want to talk about these companies that get bailed out and the exact reason why.
Bruh, they've been bailed out, and the people just sat there and did absolutely nothing about it.
uh-huh.
So when it comes to
And
that,
then
just
PPP loan.
yeah,
Mm.
they were scamming for the PPP, which I kept telling people, yeah, they're gonna scam because they're already getting underpaid. If you were in a comfortable position with the money that you were making, you wouldn't feel the need to scam anybody. You know what I mean? So, like, this is why I keep saying America is a fucking country that eats itself. It does shit that doesn't empower the people, and then looks at the people like they're crazy when they're doing all the scamming shit, when they don't want to go back to work. Yeah, of course they don't want to do that shit because you created an environment where people are literally not getting paid for their work. You created an environment where people are disempowered. You've created an environment where people are miserable as motherfucking hell to do anything else or even want to experience like anything in life because you've chained them down. And not only have you chained them down, but you've created a narrative to where, oh, if somebody doesn't have a home or if somebody can't afford their rent or if somebody, is struggling with their bills, it's their fault. And it's like, no, it's not their motherfucking fault. You created an environment where they cannot thrive, literally.
Facts.
So, when it came to that unemployment shit, I'm like, yo, collect all that shit you want. And, like, yeah, inflation is going to be a thing, but it wouldn't have been a thing if the country that you were so crazy about and so, red, white, and blue about actually gave a fuck about you. If they actually gave a fuck about you, you wouldn't be in that position in the first place where you have to worry about no motherfucking inflation. Look at what happened in New Zealand. They took care of their people. Look at what happened in Italy. They took care of their people, and the early coronavirus, they were motherfucking going through it. Cuba even had to send some of their doctors over there because they were getting their ass whooped by the fucking coronavirus. But still incentivized people to stay home, paid all their fucking rent, paid their bills, and took care of the actual people. And Italy doesn't even have a GDP that's bigger than the United States. The United States makes the most money out of all these motherfucking countries, yet cannot be bothered to take care of its citizens, and then gets mad when they want to do all the scamming. When they want to do all the scamming shit. No, don't get mad. You created that shit. That's all I'm saying.
Is that it, D Wolf?
Yep.
All right, Dion, it's on you.
All right, so I know not everyone's going to care about this one, but it kind of caught my attention just because I thought it was funny, but also I'm not sure of the other word to use, but so RG3, Robert Griffin III, has a book coming out, and apparently he's going to be talking about all the shit that went on while he was signed to at the time the Washington Redskins. And there's talks of like sexual harassment and a whole bunch of other shit that went on while he was there. So thoughts on that?
I don't care, and I don't think no one else will.
All I could think of is Diary of a Video Vixen. Like, is he really about to do a tell-all book about his experience as a football player, which in a team? Like, I guess people who inspire to be football players will probably love it, but let's be honest.
It's actually about the his the management, how they manage his injuries, how they manage his health and things like that, and how it stunted his NFL career, I guess.
They never got him an O-line. That's what the fuck happened. The
Man,
nigga was running for his life.
They shouldn't have played him. The nigga had a fractured fucking leg, and they played him in the playoffs, and he broke it.
Because
it was poor management, man. It was desperate, and then he mentioned something about sexual harassment and some more stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, sexual harassment and some more shit. The thing that gets me about the only reason I'm interested about this is simply because the Washington football team is a franchise that's been falling apart from the inside out for years.
They're terrible. They have a hoax. They have bad luck.
Look, the reason. Go ahead, Q.
I was about to no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you was about to say first.
I was saying the reason why I don't care because I kind of already saw it, and like my father and my father's a Giants fan, I'm a Cowboys fan, but we talk shit about the Redskins a lot. And the one thing I've been watching, and some of the shit you can just see on the field, whether it was Jason Campbell, Patrick Ramsey, or any other fucking quarterback, they don't know how to manage their players. They
Mark
never had a
Brunell.
fucking offensive lineman. And I kept saying, like, when people wanted Colin Kaepernick to go to the fucking Redskins, I said, no, they ain't got a fucking offensive lineman. They'll get killed there. It's just like I see a lot of careers in fucking Washington because they don't put a fucking offensive lineman, and also they don't really treat their black players that fucking well. They haven't. What's his name? The black quarterback that won it for him in the 80s.
Oh,
I can't remember.
what's my man name? No, it's not Daryl Green. It's
No, he was a
something
quarterback.
Williams.
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams.
All right, they like that man won a Super Bowl for y'all on a strike, and yet that nigga came back to that team and all that other shit. All right, they haven't really been treating black players on the Washington football team, Redskins, however y'all want to call it, for decades. So like you can put it out. It's just probably like shit. I probably like, oh, I seen this coming. That's probably why. But other than that, like,
Yeah, so it's a case of it's gonna be a lot of shit that people already knew.
it's like no shit. Everybody look at them now. It's been 2 years. They still ain't even got a fucking name.
The Redskins are one of the worst ran organizations in sports. Period. They don't pay the players they're supposed to. They overpay the players that they're not supposed to.
Shout out to Albert Ainsworth.
That boy ran off on the plug 5 times.
Twice.
5 times. That boy is down Anacostia right now selling cigarettes. I like stop it.
Damn.
They paid Donovan McNabb, and he was garbage. They paid
No. That year he was doing fine. The fucking Shanahan just did not like him. Shanahan did not like him, but
okay,
he was actually doing fine.
He was doing okay. Okay, I'll give you that. No, I won't give you that.
You just hate me bad.
Kirk Cousins. They gave Kirk Cousins so many franchise tags that he was the highest paid quarterback off a franchise tag. Let me think. Patrick Ramsey, terrible. Mark Brunell, terrible. Tony Banks, terrible. What's the boy name? Jason Campbell, terrible.
No, he was good. He was cool. He was okay.
I'm talking about how they treated him.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Taylor Heineke. Stop it. The organization is terrible. Everybody knows how terrible the organization is ran. You know what I'm saying? They're high quality garbage. And it will never, it all boils down to Dan Snyder trying to live in Jerry Jones' shadow, and it's not working. So, but the reason why I really don't give a fuck about it is because it's RG3.
Damn.
I don't mean to be rude or whatever, but it's like you're RG3, kid. Like I'll be more interested in an Andrew Luck, type of thing, because he was actually like good consistently. RG3 had one good year. Granted, it was a great year, but it was just 1 year, and then all of a sudden he was no more. His athleticism took a very big decline, but it just exposed the fact that he could not throw the ball that well.
That has to do with how he was treated and how he was managed once he took that leg injury.
I mean, yeah, but then he
No,
went to
they
the.
should have put a fucking offensive line behind him. At
Yeah, they
least with the
should.
Cowboys. And
They
I'm not saying they're not better because as much as I love the Cowboys, their organization ain't that better either. They know to put a fucking offensive lineman around their fucking quarterback.
time out. Our organization is a lot better than the fucking Redskins. Jerry Jones
Huh?
just don't know how to mind his fucking business. That's the problem. That's the
Oh,
only
Jerry
problem.
Jones got his face in everything.
That's the only problem we have. If Jerry Jones just sit back and let the own and just be the owner, we would be great. But because he wants to be the owner, the general manager, the quarterback coach, the equipment manager, he wants to run valet. He wants to make sure all the condiments are great for all the hot dogs and hamburgers to being sold. He wants to make sure all the popcorn is buttered. You know what I'm saying? He wants to go ahead and adjust the TV, the big ass motherfucking mega TV he got in the middle of the field. He wants to go out there and put the white lines on the field too. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so he needs to shut up and let people do their jobs.
That's
We
it.
get it.
That's
We
that's
get it.
it.
We get it.
That's all Jerry. That's Jerry Jones's
Because you
problem.
going on a whole tangent, man.
Yeah, I'm a Cowboy fan. I am the most unbiased Cowboy fan you will ever find in your life. Yes, I love my team, but I will tell you when I am sick of them. I got sick of them a long fucking time ago. Okay,
Shit.
Jerry Jones, I got sick of him a long fucking time ago because he just won't sit back and shut the fuck up. He only hires people that will shut the fuck up and let him talk too much. Like, you don't hire nobody who's going to be like, nah, nigga, I got this. You hire motherfuckers that be like, okay, Jerry, I'll do whatever you want. Shout out to Jason Garrett getting fired because he was some shit.
Holy shit.
How you get fired from a head coaching job and then a year later you get fired from a fucking offensive coordinator job for a team that was worse than the fucking Cowboys? You went 8-8 for like 8 fucking years, and then you go to the Giants, and they could barely win 5 games. You are fucking terrible. Is there such thing as a backup coach around here? Because that's what the fuck he need to be. He was a backup quarterback when he played for us, and now he should be a backup coach. They should call him when the regular coach
that what
gets sick
the
of some
assistant
shit.
head coach is?
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call him a CC. He is a COVID coach. That's the only time he should be showing up is when the regular coach got COVID, and he should be walking in this motherfucker. That's the only time he should be getting a fucking job.
Shit.
But yeah, it's RG3. Nobody cares about RG3. Get the fuck over it. We don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the only person that's career has been stunted because of an organization or because of your health and shit like that. I don't understand why he's even doing it. RG3 is married to a fucking white woman. I don't give a fuck.
You just want to throw that last.
Chad, go off. Chad, go off.
Because like, and then he's not even fucking American. He's not even fucking American. He's not even American. He wasn't even born in America. He's like fucking Japan. The network came back.
Who's echoing?
Is it me?
What the fuck?
Well, I ain't echoing no more.
That
He's
was
not even
Jason
fucking
Garrett.
American. The boy was born in fucking Japan or China or some shit like that. Like, we don't give a fuck about you, RG3. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you want sympathy for what? You was a backup after you was a backup's backup. I don't give a fuck no more.
The only thing that was backed up was that hairline. Jesus.
That's it. That's it.
Oh man.
Was them dirty ass ASAP Rocky braids he had in his head. I'm sick of them.
Man, I felt like you was holding this in for some years.
Because it's like, who the fuck do you think you are to want to fucking?
All right, this is over. This is over. I just wanted thoughts on him and
fuck
his
that,
book
Dion.
and what
You
he's
asked for my thoughts.
possibly
I'm gonna give you all my goddamn thoughts.
No.
I'm over
I
here
did
giving
not
you the
mean to
Denzel
start a whole
Washington finger.
RG3
I'm
hate
giving you the
trade.
Denzel
That was not my
Washington finger. If
intention
you ever
here.
thought that you was going to ever do something to me,
Next
I would
person.
tell you
Next
don't
person.
deserve
Next person.
Hold on, chill.
God damn it! If
All right,
you
you
ever
done,
thought you was
Dion?
going to do something else, that was it.
Q, remind me to do a Q and Ray talk sports. You could just fucking.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to fuck in. Don't even worry about it.
All right, material life is on you.
Well, I'll talk about I guess Cardi B being considered the creative director of Playboy.
Cardi.
What?
I didn't even know Playboy still was a thing.
Yeah.
So for them to even need a
Oh,
creative
Playboy ain't going
director
nowhere.
blew my mind. Like people, you don't even need to have a magazine to see naked people.
OnlyFans.
Porn sites is showing naked people.
Well, if you go on Instagram, you might find a titty.
Exactly. So I was like, what is she creatively directing? Like, who's buying magazines to see naked people? Well, prisoners, I guess. So hold on, she might have a market because there's a lot of people in prison. So
I mean, prisoners got cell phones, so I don't know. So,
And then
every
it
time
might
I
not
get on
even be the
Instagram,
magazines. Shoot.
there's somebody with a fucking phone on Instagram in prison and some shit like that. I don't understand
yeah,
it, but to answer your question, B, um, ever since you have to died, yeah, they've been kind of like going through it with things. They've been trying a lot of shit. Like they put a gay man on fucking Playboy just to hope people get some views over there and people to try to
I
sell
must have
stuff.
missed that. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I put it in the chat one time. I got into a debate with one of the other with my home with the other homegirl on there, and she kind of proved my point because I said that no one is going to buy it. They're just going to be like getting a poster, and she said exactly what I talked about. She said, "I just want the poster. I'm not going to get the magazine." And I was like, "Thank you for proving my point." But they've been trying to do a lot of things to stay relevant, which is like sell merchandise, sell clothing. I feel like her doing the creative director of Playboy still trying to get people to look at Playboy.
As long as you don't make Lizzo your cover page, I'm good. Cause I feel like that's some shit she would probably try to do.
I don't know what the fuck she was. I personally, I it sounds interesting, but it sounds like
No,
she don't. It's like Soldier Boy with his game consoles. He probably doesn't have to do much. Just probably got to put his name on there, and people will probably just get it just because her name is on it.
Oh, I'm about to say.
no.
I was about to say. Not. I thought you were saying Soldier Boy. I'm about to say. Fuck no. If Soldier Boy got his name on anything, I am not buying it.
Yeah, but
Right.
the thing is, like, okay, who really needs like? Okay, I understand somebody might want a Playboy mug or a play like. I just don't see the need for a creative director.
Is she moving in the mansion? How
Well,
about that?
the thing is, the logo is still popular. When you see a Playboy logo,
Yeah, but
people still
what
dress
if
up as Playboy bunnies. Like the
ex-
name and the logo is still you can still benefit off of that
yes
because
to
people
the
know what that
older
is.
generation,
That
to
shit is.
the newer generation, they don't they not buying Playboy stuff.
I'm about to say to the newer generation, Playboy is about as popular as Baby Fat. Cut it out.
Exactly, like they not
Baby fat.
they not
Yeah, but
buying.
OnlyFans ain't got a mascot either.
If you see them wearing a bunny outfit, they're not thinking it's Playboy. They probably thinking it's a maid outfit because that's what they seen on OnlyFans and on the porn site. They're not thinking, oh, that's what the Playboy bunnies used to wear back in the days.
Is she
Like,
moving in the mansion? That's all I care about.
even if she moved in the magazine, we could see that on her videos.
No, the mansion, the Playboy mansion. Is she moving
The
in there?
grotto.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody moving in that. They all them. Where are all the girls at? They should be surviving Playboy
I don't know.
video soon.
There's people that
Shut the
still
fuck up.
no. Hey, there's people that still feel like being on Playboy is an honor. Like even like the youngins, they still feel like being on Playboy is an honor. It's like, and
Who?
they're not as lewd or like naked as as it used to be, but people still look at
Who?
Playboy as an
Who?
honor.
Who is like it's like
White
saying being a
people.
Victoria's Secret model is an honor. People don't care for that no more. They're
Man,
not trying to be Victoria's
no, you'll
Secret
be
models
I don't.
anymore.
surprised.
Nah. You'd be
They're trying to be
surprised.
Victoria's Secret even said it themselves. Their sales is dropping. Their Victoria ain't like their angels are not being seen, are not selling products. People are buying Fenty. So the old companies back in the days are dying off.
Shout out to Rihanna.
Facts.
Yeah, that and like Fenty has more inclusive lingerie. So I can see why people are going to Fenty. She has more
She
inclusive lingerie for
Fenty just
people
has
that.
all the influencers, and Victoria's Secret. Everybody was there was influencers. Once the magazine era, where you now is more accessible, these old companies are not making it, and I just can't see what you can do to bring Playboy back to like its old glory days. Like I
Get Cardi
understand you can
B.
host Playboy parties and stuff like that, but what can you do as a creative director? Like it's not like okay, Jay-Z being the creative director for the entertainment director for the NFL. That doesn't die off. But you talking about things that back in the days where you had to physically pay money to go like to see these things, or it was like a big brand, a big name. These things have died off where now you can go on Pornhub, RedTube, and see naked people for free.
I'm about to say, Ray, does your father have a subscription with Playboy?
I think it's the fact that Cardi is a name in itself that people are going to. She's going to increase sales. So maybe it's
She
not
just
even
did.
about.
She just did the soundtrack for Bruise, and that barely sold. It only sold 1,000 copies.
I don't even know what that is.
The Halle Berry movie. So she was in
Oh,
charge. Her and Halle Berry
Bruce.
did the full soundtrack. I guess they got all the girls together to do the soundtrack for it, and that album barely sold.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure an artist for a bunch of female. That movie wasn't really. Well, really, that movie wasn't really in the
Good.
commercials like that. I heard like the harder they fall. I saw that everywhere. Bruce, I did not see that everywhere. So
Yeah, but I'm saying like you s- to revive Playboy. It don't matter how many other influences you get. We've already seen them all naked, so it's not like you giving us something that's brand new. Um, I don't understand how you're gonna resell mugs and um Halloween costumes. Only thing I can see is doing the Playboy Bunny like party, the annual party that he used to do. That's the only thing you could do.
that's what I'm saying. That's like that. There's still a name to it, like Playboy. Like there's history behind Playboy. Like
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken
us,
that job. There's
yeah,
some
us.
jobs
It
I
probably
just
won't
couldn't have
matter
taken.
because it's like, or like people younger than us probably don't matter. But people like I guess my age or older, like you know what Playboy is. Like
Mm-hmm.
same thing. Say it's the same. The way you feel about or Cardi B being creative for Playboy, the same way I feel about Snoop being the creator for Def Jam. It's like in a label where everybody's being independent. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
don't see nobody really going to Def Jam no more. Everybody getting their
No,
money independent.
exactly. I don't think anybody going to Def Jam because Def Jam was out here stealing folks' money. That's why these artists ain't getting signed by Def Jam. Def Jam was every one of their contracts was shiesty.
Def Jam died when they made DJ Khaled the president. Sorry.
When was he president?
Shit.
Exactly. That's how fast it was.
I think that jam was dead even before that, but that's just me.
Hmm.
Shout out to LL Cool J getting his masters.
Shout out to LL Cool J, man.
Like
He was in the
owning
he
his
got inducted
masters
to
or
the Rock
getting
and
a
Roll Hall of
master's
Fame too.
degree.
No, he got his masters for his music now. So he getting all his money now.
Yeah, he
Wow,
owns his own masters.
After 30 years
that's so crazy.
and 5 TV shows and a couple of movies.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I for some reason like YouTube recommended me old episodes of In the House, and I just been watching them.
That was actually a very underrated show.
Yo, shout out
Yeah.
to Maya Campbell. It's like
My
that
feelings are
movie was
still hurt for
beautiful.
her.
I know, like it's man.
Her,
I hope she's doing
What
better.
happened to her exactly again?
her and Foxy Brown, man. I'm just so sad about this.
She had mental issues and drugs.
Her and Foxy Brown just breaks my heart.
I love Foxy too.
I'm
I
like,
always thought I know everybody was like a little kid fan. I was a big Foxy Brown
nah.
fan.
If we was talking about looks, Foxy was that. She was. It was like, oh my god.
It's just
Shout
I
out.
funny.
like
Just
I
lyrically,
liked
she knew
both,
how to
but
rap.
Kim lost me after like some of the procedures.
Who, Lil Kim?
Yeah, like I enjoyed both of their work or whatever, but like Kim lost me altogether after she
To
started
me,
doing just way too much to her body.
Kim lost it when Biggie died and she had no self esteem
exact.
anymore.
That's the same way I feel about Trina. I
Big,
feel like
big,
once Trick Daddy stopped writing Trina rap, you can see the difference. Like, it's trash. Biggie
but
was writing. He wrote Kim some good bars.
I don't think he necessarily wrote her. I think he more so proofread her stuff. I just think she
He
didn't. She didn't
It
like.
wasn't necessarily him, like you
He
know
wasn't. He wasn't
he
bar for
he
bar.
he molded her image
Yeah, that's what it
more
is.
than anything.
I'm gonna give you this sound. Your bars sound good, but this is how you should present it, and that's what he did. And it's like she loved that. She loved Biggie Smalls, man. Like it was ridiculous. So it's like when he died, she died too. As sad as it
See,
sounds.
that's why when they say, teach teach a man to fish, he'll like he'll eat for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He should have taught her how to, like, instead of just doing it for her, like whatever. Because once he died, it was like it was a whole nother Lil Kim. The same thing with like it's like you could tell there was like it wasn't the same.
But by the time he actually learned it, he died.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in the process of learning how to be a mogul in a way where he did his own thing and he was like creating his own, label, his own,
But then she ended up going to jail too, a little bit, like, so it kind of slowed her
Yeah, her going to
momentum.
prison was just a nail in the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
That's because she was a real nigga, man. She was minding her business. She wouldn't say nothing.
Yep, to unloyal people.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's
Hmm.
all. And then she had a nerve to start a beef with Nicki Minaj. Like, God damn, you just don't get enough.
She didn't. I don't think she really started the beef with Nicki Minaj. It was just people was in her ears giving her information that was wrong, and instead of, like, trying to figure out like what's real, she let people just let her go south, and it was just it. And then her face started changing, her body started changing, her skin started changing. It was just a wrap. At that point, everybody was just done.
I hate what she did to her face. It was like, oh my God. Shout out to Lil Kim, man.
Mm.
Yeah,
One of the
just
hardest writers ever.
Is that it, B?
tragic.
Is that it, B?
Uh-huh.
All right, Crystal's on you.
All right, I'm gonna try my best to keep it short, but I was a little concerned about the recommendations they have to have children in the schools to be safe when a school shooting is taking place. I don't know if I've already said this on the panel, but the way that they have it is that they have the children bundled up in a corner and to stay away from the windows and stuff like that. And I just think that that's a really retarded way to keep our children safe from a shooter, sorry, on site at a school. On top of that, they even simulated where they had the principals or the superintendent like twist the doorknobs to see, and it's locked so the shooter won't come into the classroom. Realistically, we know that the person has a gun, so if they really wanted to get into the classroom, guess what, all they have to do is shoot at that doorknob and they'll get in. So I just think, as parents, I have 4 children, so I just think as parents, you're the one responsible for teaching your children to not listen, unfortunately, to what the teachers have in protocol. No, we do not want panic. But if you are at work and they're telling you how to survive a shooting in your workplace, not once have they said, stay in the same place while there's a shooter on the loose. So why are we teaching our children or having a way to put our children in a situation that they can be killed on the spot, I think that's unfair. Um, and it's misinformation. You can't be telling a workplace that the way to survive a shooting is to move around and get out of the building the best way you can, not stay in place, while our children, our future, is told to stay in one place and keep quiet and maybe they'll go away. That's not how life works. So you know, just my thoughts. I think as parents we're supposed to tell our children the right way to survive in a dangerous situation, as well as making sure our children are protected at all times, and just having them being realistic about serious situations like that. So that's all I have to say.
All right, thank you, Crystal.
Okay.
Fathers
Wait,
on you.
wait. Let me say something about what Crystal said.
Go ahead, go ahead.
'Cause let's be honest. If you're talking about like elementary school kids, the moment you let them know that to like take cover or whatever the case may be, they've already started panicking. So the moment they feel that door jiggle, they're scared. They're gonna start screaming. So we gotta be realistic. Every school probably have windows. And if the active shooter's inside, why are y'all gonna try to keep the kids knowing they're gonna be terrified? And bundle them up into a circle so when the shooter comes in, he can literally freestyle kill all of them on the spot right there because they're already all close to each other. So you don't have to really put that much effort on trying to shoot one or two. And then if they're in middle school, they'll probably be a little bit less panic, but they're still going to be panicky. And then in high school, some gonna be super save them. Let's try to do what we can, but a lot of them gonna be scared. So it's like, if it's possible to get out through the window, if you're on the first floor, why not have the kids get out through the first floor and like just like a fire drill habit. Not saying go through the center, but it's like at least try to pretend like we want to protect the kids and get them into safety.
You said that.
Then to
Well,
just
here's
say,
the
you know
thing. The
what,
first
let's kill your kids real quick.
Right. Like I said, the parents, it's up to the parents' job to make sure that we put a safety plan in place. So the first day of school, what I do with my kids is I have them get familiarized with all the exit routes on their own with my help. So when they think we're touring the school, we're not touring the school just to tour it for the hell of it. We're touring it to see every exit possible. I ask teachers, hey, what door is open when school is in session, and they'll tell me, and I'll tell my kids we have a meetup section that once they get out of the building, where to meet up. If they can't meet up, what window can they go to that they know for sure is open? This is not a game, because the minute the shooting takes place, they lock down the school. Your child ain't coming out, and they won't let you in. So what then? We just have to raise our kids in a world that we weren't raised in, unfortunately, that they have to look over their shoulder every 5 minutes and make sure that they know all the exit routes. Give them the power. And I already have a buddy system set up too. I had 4 kids for a reason. It's an even number. They have to have each other's back, period.
Hey, I want to say something about something that has nothing to do with that. I just saw it on Instagram. And I just wanted to point this out. Uh, why the fuck did 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony have a fight at this damn versus?
Because Busy Bone got in his fucking feelings and activated his chest.
You know what I'm saying?
Busy Bone, Busy Bone's been fighting demons since forever, so I figured it'd be busy. It's like if you pick anybody on Bone Thugs to start a fight with somebody, it'd be busy. 'Cause
Yeah,
that man been battling demons his entire fucking life.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw that he caught them devil worshippers and some other shit.
man, fuck that. I knew 3 6 was gonna win anyway. But all right,
I'm gonna still watch it. I'm gonna
yeah,
still
I'm
watch
gonna watch it. I was going for 3 6.
it. I was going for Bone. So,
Yeah, same.
Father, it's on you.
Bruh, this article about how how this tech company is um using like virtual reality to teach about diversity and inclusion and having white folks play black people in the VR sessions. Like, the first of all, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Second of all, why in the absolute fuck are white folks playing black people in a virtual reality setting? That's basically blackface just in a tech, you know, or whatever. And also, that's not going to teach anybody anything whatsoever because, like something, if you have to teach someone diversity and inclusion and shit like that, you're doing it wrong in the first place. That shit was supposed to be instilled in you as a child. You a grown ass man fucking watching some polygons on a screen talking about I'm black. Respect me. Nigga, shut the fuck up. This is stupid. That's my final thoughts.
They want to be us so bad, man.
Like, it's getting to a point where like you can't even take this shit seriously no more. You really can't. Like, uh, ugh, losers.
That's giving weird. First of all, a VI um to pretend to be black, to walk around neighborhoods and everything. Like, let's say we're gonna recreate the projects. Like, why? Who? First of all, black people don't even want to be pretending to be black.
Facts.
So why would we be okay with some white person pretending to be in our struggle? We surviving. Like, we not hurting. Like, we don't need you to be walking in our skin. Just be happy in the skin you in and leave us the hell alone.
I think that's the number one thing that we've been trying to communicate for the longest time. Is like, leave us the fuck alone. Let us build our
Exactly.
shit. Let us do whatever the fuck we want to do in our fucking community, and just don't say shit. Don't even look at us if you like in public. Shut
They
up.
want they want that thought process, like they doing us a favor. Oh, like, we're understanding your struggle. What struggle? Leave us the hell alone.
Literally. Black
Like,
people would be 100% better off if they just didn't interact with us at all.
we would
I'm
probably be
honestly,
like we'd probably be over billionaires, like trillionaires and everything, because most of the creative thought process comes from us. Most of the 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 manpower that moves these damn machines are coming from us. Like, leave us alone. Let us do us and leave us alone. Like, we don't need your sympathy. If we needed it, we definitely wouldn't be asking y'all for it. We'd probably done snatched it up real quick already on y'all. So leave us alone before we get angry.
if it wasn't for also if it wasn't for black people, America would have failed. I'm just saying. That's a fact.
Screaming one more time for the people in the decades that passed.
Yeah, man, that's the truth. Because America only became the most profitable nation in the world because they built the foundation on the backs of black people who actually built this motherfucking country. Because the people who were already trying to conquer this country killed off the people who actually knew what to do with this land. They was killing them off. So then they had to import people in order to offset the losses that they had, and if it wasn't for those people that were bought over, this country would have fucking failed, like at a level where nothing has failed before. So yeah, they should be grateful to us. But I'm just saying that to say these people are fucking losers. Like, you really gonna teach diversity and inclusion on VR and have white folks play black people in that fucking VR space? You're a fucking loser. You're dickless. You're spineless, and you should end your life. I'm just saying.
They just mad because I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Oh God.
My
I'm
hair
freaking
is
black,
napping.
blacker
My
than
dick
black,
is
black. I'm blacker
big.
than black.
My nose is larger. Wise. You hate me, don't you?
Every year it just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, it
Pretty soon
really
there's gonna
does.
be a VR for pedophiles, like, so you can understand how it feels to be in the pedophile mindset.
Yeah,
Every once
bruh.
in a while, they try to slide pedophilia in, and everybody catches it. What the fuck are you doing?
You know what? I'm gonna remember you said that because when it actually happens, I know who to reference.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Ray, you can delete that part because
No,
I don't
no,
even.
nope. You're
Nope,
done.
nope,
You're
nope.
done.
I don't
Mm-mm,
want no
You're done.
memorization that I had
mm-mm.
gave somebody a thought frame to create a VR for that. No,
Nope. You're
uh-uh.
done.
It's gonna happen anyway.
That's
That's what
just
I'm saying.
that's even more nasty. A peeping tom looking through. Ugh, just ugh. They should be
Mm.
ugh. That's nasty. That's the thought process.
Oh, I wanna bring something else up too, since we talking about final thoughts. Let's talk about fucking Hulu.
Oh, the Astro World shit, right?
These dumb, goofy ass, insensitive motherfuckers take any type of tragedy and try to make a profit out of it. Like, what
You want
the fuck
Yo,
is
Q, you
your
want to know what
fucking
was so
purpose?
trifling about it?
What's that?
It wasn't even a fucking documentary. It was a compilation of news clips.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I
Any
was
way
just
to like that shit like that pisses me the fuck off, and it just shows like it's man, it's an attack on both ends of this situation, and it's like, what for? What are you getting out of this shit? You know,
Yeah, it's
you get
not information anymore. It's to be first. They want
exactly.
to be
It's
the
like
first.
you got an 8, 9 year old kid who died.
don't even talk about that.
Like, are you serious? And you want to make a fucking a, a bullshit ass? It's not like Father said. It's not even a fucking documentary. It's a compilation of fucking news strips and clips and shit. Like nobody, like we are still dealing with this shit. And even and let's not even talk about. No, we're not even gonna say that because we are gonna talk about the victims in the situation because they're still dealing with this shit. You know, and even on the other end with Travis Scott, this is something he's dealing with too. And for Hulu and ABC to show the insensitivity by even putting this production together and thinking that it was okay to even put this shit out. Fuck all you motherfuckers.
I didn't know. At first I thought like I saw it. I didn't watch it because I have no reason to want to watch that. But I was like, I didn't know he was recording this whole thing. And so when you just explained that it wasn't even a like documentary, like it was like pre-recorded. You know how like the what's that the one that Ja Rule had did where he
Yeah.
was like scamming people.
Oh, I know exactly
So
what you're
I
talking
was
about.
I thought she was it was gonna be like one of those. I was like,
Fire
dang,
Fest.
yeah. To find out that it was just clips from people that had posted it up, that's even weird.
Like
Like, y'all want to
it's
be a detective so bad.
you want to be like Father said, you want to be first. It's not even about giving out information. It's about being first. And it's not like they intended on giving the all the money to the victims or anything like that, or however the case may be. It's just so fucking ignorant. How like it just shows how much people want money, and it's not even about being aware and like showing any type of compassion. It's about really just wanting to this shit happened 2 weeks ago. 2 fucking weeks ago. We should have knew. We should have known how Hulu was going to work when they made a fucking documentary about 6ix9ine. That we should have known this shit from then. But for you to even think that it was okay for you to like, oh my god, fuck Hulu.
I
Yeah.
don't own any. I don't even have an email or password for Hulu, so I didn't even know there was no extra stuff. I barely got Netflix. If T-Mobile wasn't paying for it, I would definitely wouldn't have it either.
Shout out to T-Mobile for paying for Netflix. You know what I'm saying? That
You want
you
to
ain't
know?
because
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned like the people not getting paid for it because Travis Scott recently said that he wanted to pay for the funerals, and they was like, "No, you're not paying for shit."
yeah,
Like,
we suing your ass.
yeah,
They not. They ain't no. They ain't suing them. I think they.
Oh no, they already suing. They
Child.
it's
Travis
in the
Scott and
billions.
Travis Scott and Drake. Oh man, got
Yeah,
lawsuits up their
bro.
ass.
Yeah, and it's in
Well,
the billions too.
I hope good luck on them on getting paid.
Oh no, they gonna get paid.
Lives were lost, bro.
Yeah, they're not gonna get
Yeah.
paid as much as they
They
want,
probably
but
have
they're
a
gonna get
better
paid.
chance suing the venue and the security
Yeah, all of them are getting
company
sued too.
Yeah, everybody's
yeah
sued.
that they use, but
Yeah, all of them are getting sued.
Well,
mhm.
I just don't like. I feel very like salty about that shit. Like I don't. I like. I would sue Hulu too.
Mm. I just couldn't. 50,000 people. That's a lot of people. That one little man. Mm-mm.
And
My
that little
anxiety
ass.
would have made me
But
run
if you
out of there.
in that little ass fucking square that they had,
50. First of all, when they sold, I don't even know if they even sold 50,000 tickets. But if you told me you sold 50,000 tickets,
I
the
wouldn't even
venue
have
should
done it at that venue.
that venue they deserve to be sued 500 million times. First of all, that park wasn't big. The gate fell off. People was like literally dropping like they was running on the gate and they trampled the gate. No, at that point y'all should have been canceled that.
I just hated that. I don't know. It just dawned on me that I had seen that earlier, and I'm like, what the fuck is this world coming to? Where people are racing to make documentaries about fucking tragedies,
Mm.
lives being lost, and they don't even give it time to for these people to even try to heal or even try to understand or cope what they're dealing with. They didn't even get these people to get. They didn't even allow these lawsuits to even simmer before they made a fucking documentary.
But who's getting paid from that documentary? That's the real question.
Exactly. That's why I said I would have sued the fuck out of Hulu. Emotional
Because
distress.
because let's be honest, we might be shocked when we find out who really getting paid from that documentary.
Exactly. Fuck all these fucking corporations and shit. That's why I'm about to start giving my money to Lil Boosie. I'm gonna keep saying that shit.
Well, did you go
Get your
watch his
money, little
movie?
boozy.
No, I ain't watched this movie yet. I'm going to though. I want to see it. I want to see what it's about. People said it was okay. They ain't say it was good. They said it was okay.
Mm.
I just
That's
hope
really
it's better
good.
than Mike Jones. I hope it's better than Mike Jones' true story.
Fuck.
Well,
Oh my god.
for a Boosie who's not a director, who doesn't know how to film anything, who I don't even think he know how to write scripts. He just know how to rap and make money. So for people to say it was good, that's great. At that point,
It was a biopic. It was about him. He better had be able to write that shit. I'm
Again,
just
did you watch Mike Jones?
that's why I was about to say like Mike Jones. First of all, Mike Jones' life isn't interesting enough for him to write a biopic.
Everybody feels like their life is interesting to write about it.
Not Mike Jones.
That's why we have King Richard. Even though that movie was okay. I like that movie. I don't know.
I did too. I was
My
shocked.
father hated Will Smith, and I told him that he's going to get an Oscar. He's going to get a Oscar nod, and he thought I was bullshitting. I was
Did
like,
he?
he's going to get it. Yeah, he got an Oscar nod
Oh, he
nominee.
did.
He was not. Yeah, he got nominated.
I'm shocked.
Why? I Before I even watched the movie, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get an Oscar nod for this." Same way I felt about Tom Hanks and doing Mr. Rogers. I was like, just give him the Oscar.
I guess they
Yeah,
don't have that much options, because it was like we didn't have that much movies this year or something. I
Oscar
don't know.
worthy.
Yeah, like
I'll
it
see.
was a good movie. It's literally the story of King Richard, I guess. But Oscar, child, at this point in time, boy, anybody winning the award. So go ahead, go off.
I'm about to win me an award.
You can. All you got,
Look,
child. You can make a video spin on the floor and just slow mo it for a long period of time, rewind
Oh
it
yeah, and then rewind it and then make it and turn it into something else and then
in
get
exactly and add raindrops at the end of it,
oh yeah, and then get
then the
Morgan and then
explosion, boom. That's
get Morgan Freeman to narrate the entire fucking scene.
that's Oscar worthy right there. Shit, that's what they giving us now. So
There he is, starting to spit. The saliva is slowly hitting the ground. Right then and there, I knew the floor was wet.
He was survived.
Like fuck that. I fucking hate the awards. I don't even watch that shit no more. I don't watch that
Yo,
shit.
they gave what Meg Thee Stallion the AMA for album of the year, and like the album came out last year.
Dog, bro. I swear to God, I
I
was
love Megan. Look, I love Megan, but I didn't think Good News. One, Good News was that good of an album,
It was
and
not.
two, we're like, what do we put a limit on? Because I feel like if Dana did that last year, I wouldn't have cared. And I'm not like I said, I like Megan, and like she dropped something for the hotties, and I think that was really good.
But it's not
So
album of the year.
go ahead.
It's not. It's not album of the year. It's not even like I don't even know why it was nominated. To be honest, I'm sorry. Like just like Ray said, I love Megan Thee Stallion, but we are talking about albums. No, absolutely not. No, it was
I
not better
can't
than
even.
Tyler the Creator. It was not better than Tyler the Creator. It wasn't better than J. Cole by far. It wasn't. It damn sure wasn't better than Nas. And I'm not even gonna bring up Kanye West. Ray, shut the fuck up. Don't say shit.
I'm a fan of Kanye. I don't know why you keep looking at me like I'm.
Because
Who was she?
Me and Material Life had to really like get on you about you
But who was
disrespecting.
she competing against for album of the year?
Juice World. Hold on, let me bring it up.
I'm about to go to it.
Because I'm trying to figure out like who could she have been competing against? Juice WRLD, didn't he die? So you know he could have got one for
They don't give a fuck about nobody dying no more.
I was about to say, man.
Usually, I
In
thought
in
people
that case,
become
Mac
more.
Miller would have got one.
Exactly. Mac Miller damn near deserved it.
Hmm.
Damn near.
Mm. Well, they all kind of died the same way, I think.
Yeah, she did. I mean, not she. Mac Miller did. Uh,
Hold on. Let me see.
she won
Shit,
a
this
couple of them, but
Clearly it was nobody she was competing with because I can't remember not one of them.
it was all I remember was Juice World. Oh yeah. Good News. Soulfly, Rod Wave. He was nominated. Pop Smoke, Certified Lover Boy, and Juice World. That's what she was up against.
And she
And
won.
yeah, favorite hip hop album. AMA favorite hip hop album. Yeah, she got
I'm
that.
shocked.
American Music Awards.
Rod Wave had a bomb ass album.
I didn't even like that pop. Is that the one I didn't like? Is
Was that the one that 50 Cent had did? That was a good album too.
Yeah, the one that 50 Cent did was great.
oh
Hmm.
yeah, I'm thinking of the other one. But the other one was it felt like a damn cash grab.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just looking at this nomination and it's just like no disrespect to Rod Wave, but it's just like it's that one, and then it's like Certified Lover Boy is on there, and Certified Lover Boy came out this year,
I'm
and it's just
I'm yeah, I'm
I'm
shocked he didn't
confused
win it.
about this.
I thought he won all the awards, but clearly Megan had more money than to buy that.
Billboard. He wins all the Billboard awards. He owns Billboard.
Mm. Megan had enough money to buy that award because she definitely did not outwin all those guys.
It ain't no fucking way. Fuck no, she ain't beat Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Hell no.
I liked it, yeah, and I liked it too.
She did that. That was not. But she. Oh my god. I
Well,
fucking hate
she
you.
part of what Rock, what's Jay-Z
Rock
management group?
Nation. Rock
Yeah, she
Nation.
part of Rock Nation
That don't
management
mean a
group. They
goddamn
say they
thing.
buy all the awards.
I love Jay-Z to the core, and I wouldn't give a damn.
Yeah, but they say they buy awards, child. They buying Grammys, they buying so
Hmm.
Did 444 win a Grammy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I think it was nominated.
Yeah, it probably did.
Lil Nas X won video of the year with
Of
"Call Me
course
by
he
Your
did.
Name."
Of course he did.
that's the one with the devil, right? And he was sliding down
Yeah,
the
that was.
pole.
Yeah, we sliding down the pole, and um, Doja Cat won album R&B album of the year.
I didn't know Doja was
Bart.
an R&B artist.
She's
She's
not.
not.
Right. That's why I was like, Bart.
like I had to clear that up fast. She's not.
Does she? I I thought she was.
She
I
do
know she a
both.
rapper.
She's more of a pop artist. I look at her as more pop, but
She's definitely pop.
So she had a
Nate,
singing album.
she's like Drake. She does both.
Well, I didn't listen to her, so I probably should listen to it to know if she sung in the like the whole album or something.
She's singing, rapping. She's singing and
Mm,
rapping.
damn.
Fuck
Those are,
no, she did not
well,
beat
then that
Jasmine
means Nicki
Sullivan.
can win an R&B album too.
She did not beat Jasmine Sullivan.
Exactly.
How the fuck do you beat that fucking album? I sit and listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Jasmine Sullivan had me about in my feelings about an ex-boyfriend.
Um. Favorite female R&B artist. Favorite female R&B album. Yeah, she won that over Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, that's terrible. Cardi B won a favorite hip hop song.
Is that the one with her and Lizzo, or is it Up in the Stuck?
Up and It's Stuck.
Okay. All right. I'll give it that one.
Yeah, that was hard. Yeah, Drake did win something.
Favorite male hip hop artist.
Yeah, I'm about to say Drake won.
Yeah.
But the nominees weren't that strong to beat him anyway.
Favorite gospel artist, Kanye West.
Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT.
And he probably didn't even show up to it.
Somebody with these awards don't know what the fuck they're doing. Cause goddamn.
My favorite
Come on, man.
gospel
Leave Kanye
artist
West
is
alone,
Lil
man.
Nas X.
Shut the fuck up, dog.
Hey. Well,
You know, his father's a pastor.
Oh my god.
what's this gospel song that he has? Since he a favorite gospel artist.
His
It was
Donda
a
album.
Donda is a gospel
It's a
album.
No,
gospel
I'm talking
album.
about. He said Lil Nas X is his favorite gospel artist.
it,
I'm
it, it
trying to
was a
find out
joke.
that
It
one
was a
gospel
joke.
Nah, it was a
Don't
song.
joke.
even
It was a joke.
just it was a joke. Don't even
Well,
wow.
you can say "Call Me by Your Name" is a gospel song. Did you
Stop
hear the
it.
gospel version?
Stop it. Hey, hold on. Time out. Let's stop the press. Hey, shout out to Kanye West for beating Kirk Franklin. Because that's almost impossible.
For those of you who forgot the struggle.
He was DJ Khaled before DJ Khaled.
But Kirk ain't the same no more.
You sound like one of them people in church.
I love Kanye. I really do, but he should not be winning no damn gospel artist.
Why
I'm
not?
sorry. That
His
is,
Sunday
in a
service go
word of
hard.
Stephen A. Smith.
His Sunday
Yeah,
service goes hard.
yeah, but that wasn't nominated, and you know it wasn't nominated.
I know. That's not the point. The point is
Don't get me wrong. I played Rain on Me like 50 times.
Mm-hmm. But Donda was a gospel song.
it was a gospel album.
You know damn well y'all need to be.
Yo, you gonna stop the yay hate, bro.
I'm not hating. Yay. But remind me when when we do our Q and Ray shit, we gonna talk about this.
Yeah, we need to.
Right now, yeah. Right now, I will give my final thoughts, but I'm gonna just end it right now because it's almost We're almost 4 hours in, so I would like to for coming on to the panel again. I would like to thank y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What, Let Me Just Say podcast, and we started out. Peace.
Howdy.
Cheers.
Good.